Happy anniversary, everybody. Welcome to Eden Fractal's
Hi, happy
53rd
anniversary.
meeting. This is June 7th. If everybody wants to just say happy anniversary or anything like that, then feel free to jump in. We're having fun here. We have some great events or great games planned on the agenda. How's everybody doing?
Eden
Happy
Fractal.
anniversary.
He knows that.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Also in Spanish. Feliz
Aleluya.
cumpleaños, Eden Fractal.
Happy anniversary.
Feliz cumpleaños. Ya.
Bon anniversaire.
La da 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 da. Awesome. Well, I mean, first off, thanks so much everybody for the amazing year. I mean, we have some games going on that I'll share a brief presentation, and we'll get into breakout room soon. I know we're a bit late right now, but I'll share the presentation, and we have inspiring speeches. Actually, one of the games is share inspiring speeches, so I can save for later. But just first off, thanks everybody so much for being here and all the amazing things we're doing. I suppose we can save the speeches for later, but now I'll just share the screen because we're already 9 minutes past the top of the hour, and I'll just give a little bit of a highlight overview. Is that cool with everybody, or does anybody have anything you want to share? Any pressing happy anniversary wishes or anything else you want to say first? I suppose not. Let's go. All right, cool. So happy da 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 da. So first off, we got some artwork for this I put together. This was actually a town hall that we did the other day. It was a great town hall, which we release soon. I put this out for, but happy anniversary, y'all. Today, actually, no, I should pull up Rosemary's message because Rosemary just shared a awesome message. Thanks so much, Rosemary, for sharing that message. She shared it in the Eden Fractal Telegram group, as well as many other Telegram groups. And I'm just remembering that I should pull this up now. So you can see here, she provided an introduction to what we're doing here, along with this art, talking about how we're all excited. And today we're going to celebrate the momentous occasion by playing two consensus games called Fractal DJ. Thanks, Perry. Big shout out for the idea. And Speeches. And in these innovative consensus games, we'll see who can share the best music in fractal rooms with fractalgram. And then we'll rank the most inspiring and amusing speech about Eden Fractal. We're giving out 300 EOS. I'm giving out an extra 200 EOS in addition to the 100 EOS that's been generally donated by Patrick that we give out each week. I'll give out more details about that. Basically, 100 EOS for the most inspiring speech. The level and 6 people get it, just like how we do with the Fibonacci. So the top speech will get something like 40 EOS. So prepare your speeches and also amusing speeches too. What's that, Pascal?
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, good. No problem. And then we also have an article too where you can learn more. And I also updated the edenfractal.com website that I'll share more about in a little bit too. I just going back to week 45. At edenfractal.com/videos, of course, you can see our recent videos. I'm going to clean this up actually a little bit because it's a little bit messy, the thumbnail, but you can see our planning sessions. We've been planning this for the past 2 weeks in addition to all the other great videos that we have. There's show notes and stuff where you can learn more about the planning sessions. The agenda for today is very much inspired by all the discussions. So thanks everybody for all the awesome ideas. Thanks Lisa for starting the anniversary celebrations chat, and also Jorge and Patrick for sharing great ideas, and looking forward to Patrick's music. Of course, welcome to Eden Fractal. Just like always, we're going to play agendas, but today nobody else made a topic except for me. So the topic that is on the agenda is what I propose here, anniversary celebrations with these new consensus games. And there's a Notion article where you can learn more. We can also open this Notion article up for collaboration in the future, because I think these games we can play way more in the future. So everybody wants to add ideas. And then you can see both the Notion article here, where you can see an overview of these games, and you can see it in Rosemary's post. This is all put together fairly quickly, so it's not like all formatted perfect and stuff, but it has a good overview of the games, Fractal DJ, and of Speeches, and how we can play. And there's also some artwork, and those are NFTs as well that I'm going to give out to everybody who participates. And then also we have a website at edencreators.com/anniversary plans with more. There's also a page at edencreators.com/DJ where you can learn more about these games, and at edencreators.com/speeches. And both these games are going to use the new Cignals game that I'm demoing for the first time today, which I'm really excited about. We'll share more details. And we're also going to use a new app called Slido, which is quite simple to use. It's a very powerful polling application that will enable the Cignals game in addition to the new Cignals spreadsheet that I just created, along with rankings and signal power and all sorts of good stuff. Also, thanks. I've been working with Rosmari a lot on that stuff too, so as well as many other people in the community. So big thanks to everybody here. There's a lot today. And I was just saying before the recording, also happy EOS Independence Day coming up next week. It's very nice nice that or not EOS Independence Day, EOS anniversary, but it's very nice synergy there. And yeah, I know there's kind of a lot here that ideally I would have shared more of this beforehand because it's a little bit complex, but it's all pretty simple though. And so we'll do our best, and I think we'll have a great time and play these new consensus games and have an awesome time to share and promote all the amazing things that we've been doing over the past year and that we'll do over the next year and further. So thanks everybody so much. We're 15 minutes late, so I guess we'll just go in. We'll do the breakout rooms until 10 minutes past up, or 8 minutes till past the 8 minutes after the top of the hour. And so a bit longer, if I can speak correctly. Does anybody have any last words you want to share? Any questions or comments? Of course, more detailed questions we can save for after the breakout rooms, but if anybody has any general questions now, then while it's fresh in mind, feel free to ask that. Perry?
Are we just doing everything as normal in the breakout room and then all the festivities are planned afterwards?
Yep, that's correct. So, yep, breakout room, 55 minutes like normal, share what you did to help the community, and then afterwards we're going to go back to the breakout rooms. I'll explain all this in more detail, and then that will also go back into the breakout rooms, a new breakout room, Fractal DJ, and then play the speeches game all in a big community room.
Thanks, Dan. You're working hard, I know you are.
You're welcome. Yes, I am. I lost a little bit of sleep, but I'm working hard because I'm so stoked about what we're doing here. So thank you very much, Perry. Anybody have any other comments or last thoughts or questions or anything you want to share before we go into breakout rooms?
I just want to mention tomorrow at 8 a.m. UTC at June 2018, 8 tomorrow, 5 years. That was the first Genesis block that was confirmed on the EOS mainnet. And you have the link to the blocks.io confirming this, not into a Telegram, on the blockchain. Go there. And tomorrow at 8 I am publishing on EOS Fireside chat, no, sorry, on EOS Discord, a nice video. You will see.
Excellent. Looking forward to it.
There are different anniversary. That's the momentum of the Genesis. Tomorrow, that's the Genesis moment.
I didn't realize, actually. I was thinking that the EOS anniversary was on the 14th, but it's apparently on the 8th. And that's the same day as Eden Fractal, because Eden Fractal's anniversary is on the 8th. So same day then, you're saying. Wow, that's awesome.
EOS, there are different moments. The momentum Genesis is tomorrow. That was the first block generated on the blockchain. The 14th of June is when the block producer were together and started the big adventure.
There we go.
And I will give you some. You have the proof here with the link of blocks.
Yeah, check the links. Blocks.io/block.
Yeah.
/1.
And you have also a tweet of 5 years ago by EOS Authority stating that.
Awesome.
So it's not Pat Nova Joy
what was
becoming
the content of that first block?
You can click the link right there. I don't know what happened. It looks like nothing really happened. But anyway, we probably should get going into breakout rooms.
For Bitcoin, it was Chancellor of the Exchequer bails out the banks.
Yeah, you could just check it out. It looks like it's pretty empty. I don't know if they did anything there, but check it out. I saw Rosmari say history lesson.
There are the Simpsons. If you open the block, you will find the Simpsons coming. Yeah, that's that's great. You will find.
Okay. Cool. Well, thanks, Patrick, thank you for that very much. Yeah, that's awesome. The synergies, and I hope that everybody. I'm excited about that very much. But I think we probably should get in breakout rooms, and we'll go, I guess, 55 minutes, 10 minutes past, or however much that is. If anybody has anything you really want to share in here, I think you can. But I'll start at the breakout rooms now, and we can get going. Hope everybody has an amazing time. And we have 3 breakout rooms. Nice. We're gonna have 3 breakout rooms with 4 to 5 participants in each. And I just opened up the breakout rooms, and hope you all have an amazing time, and see you back here in 55 minutes.
Yo.
I just realized that for some reason it wasn't recording. Hopefully that was recorded before. I don't know why it stopped. But anyway, welcome back, and Perry's about to go into the thing. But I don't know why that didn't record.
Okay, I'm going to drop a link to a playlist, to a DNews playlist. There it is. What I did this last week, okay, the previous week, you guys are probably all aware that I introduced a new feature in DNews, which is essentially a reader on top of what I've already created, which is a deep search. And the reader allows the just kind of an easier view on all the different social media streams, all the different postings, all the different media that our community is creating. I've aggregated it, and the reader provides an easy way to cruise through all of that information and easily consume it. And today, or this last week, what I did was I provided help videos and help on that. So if you go to dnews.com, and I'll provide the link for that in just a second. Here we go. dnews.com. Blah, blah, blah. And there's the link right there. If you go there and then you click on the Getting Started link at the top, if you're on desktop, and on mobile, it's of course in the hamburger. But if you click on that, I've created help to help people get started with DNews. And the difference is, one of the differences is that you can now log into DNews, and so you have your own login, and now you can customize it. You can create your own specific mix of DNews sources. You can reorder those sources, and you can bookmark specific posts of sources that come in to that to your experience. So you completely customize your view and your experience of the community. It's all customizable now. And so these videos, this playlist, this YouTube playlist that I've created is now available, and along with the help that's associated with that Getting Started page. And so that's what I've done. And if anybody can play that video for me, I prefer not to share my screen, but you can play one of the videos. You could play the first one, the Community Explorer. Dan, could you help me out with that? Is that possible to play that video?
Yeah, sure. I can play it.
2 minutes. It's just like 2 minutes, a little over 2 minutes.
Okay, sure.
And I'll give you the link to the particular one.
I think I have it already.
Okay, good.
Is this it? I have the play button here?
Yes.
Okay,
That's
cool.
it. That's it.
Can you hear it?
I can't hear it.
I think you should hear now, right?
Now I can hear it. Yeah. Now I can hear it.
Let me know if the volume should be lower or higher.
Maybe let's start with the word haifa itself. For me, it's a third generation doll.
NERI has a couple of interesting proposals that are still pending approval. The first proposal is for the Centre for Governance. take it, gonna 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 take it to the top. I'm gonna.
There's loads of people I've met that I've never seen in person.
Take it to the top. I'm gonna.
We are able to provide that platform for them. We're able to bring these people together.
Call my name, yes, come and say my name. Call my name.
The Atomic Hub Live event has been great, a really good audience, very engaged in the topic of NFTs and gaming.
Take it to the top, top. Gonna make it,
It's like one of the best parts of Web3.
gonna make it up. Gonna take it to the top.
Very important event, really well done. Really good attendance and great presentation, so that was awesome.
Gonna make it, never gonna fake it.
So that's one of the videos. There's 4 different videos that kind of so far. I'm planning on doing more, and those are the ones that kind of break it down. We're going to the next one.
Oops, I'll mute myself. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Yeah, it auto plays into the full playlist. So that's what I've been doing this week, is getting that stuff together. And I thank you very much for your attention. And Jorge, double thanks to you, because I know you saw that last week. So thank you. Thanks, guys.
Cool. Thank you very much, Perry. It looks awesome. Do you want to pick somebody else to go next?
Yes, thank you. In my top left corner, I have Vlad.
Yep. So my focus has been alien worlds, and 2 things that I'm working on there. One is just the alien worlds fractal. So we are pretty much ready to start with the meetings. Everything has been deployed, configured. Today also Tadas did the fractalgram integration. So now it's, besides the Eden fract front, it can also take you to the domain of the alien worlds fractal. So that's done. We've been having calls with Dan just to go through the meetings structure. We're gonna experiment a little bit to make it a little bit different compared to Eden Fractal. We're thinking to shorter the time that the meetings last, in order to make it like more concrete, so that people know that, okay, this is the time slot, that's how long it lasts. So yeah, one thing is the alien worlds. Another thing is Consortium on Wax, but it is mostly also for, it is for alien worlds, because all the communities that are on the Wax are somehow related to alien worlds. And one of the planets, Cavian, they are well, they requested some additional features. So I've been focusing on just making sure that it's possible to deliver those features. And this week, I'm gonna focus on building them together with Lennar. And yeah, on Alien Worlds, there's also IPF. It's the Interplanetary Federation. I'm part of it. Yesterday, we had first live meeting, discussed some governance stuff. So yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Awesome. Great to hear, Vlad. And it's been a pleasure working with you there. I'm really excited about all they were doing in the fractal world.
Mm-hmm. Exciting indeed. Jorge, would you like to go?
Yeah. Well, this week I have several things in cooking. first. We'll have tomorrow. We were supposed to have tomorrow the 4th, 5 physical on-site meeting from the Spanish-speaking Fractal. We decided to move it for next week due to certain members having certain personal previous commitments. So we are preparing that. Aside that, I'll share my screen. Here I have a Paris site, and here is my pomelo grant, which I just created. It's still not approved, but I designed this new stable coin protocol for the EOS network. The grant is thought to create a simulation about the protocol before implementing it. So the way the protocol is thought to behave is as follows. It shares some characteristic with current stablecoin protocols, in the sense that you have to stake some EOS in order to create the stable token. Let's call it EOS dollar. So you stake some EOS in order to borrow into existence EOS dollars, and you have to have a minimum collateral ratio in order to guarantee that the EOS dollar is backed. But the innovation comes at the moment of EOS going down in price. Usually what happens is that whenever EOS or the backing token goes down in price, the person who created the loan gets margin called, and he gets penalized, and that fee and that collateral goes to either a centralized entity that charges for the penalty, or to buy some of the stable asset from the market. So what I'm proposing here is different. What I'm proposing here is that whenever a given individual gets margin called, no penalty, he incurs in no penalty. He also doesn't have to pay any interest, which is a big difference with current protocols. He doesn't have to pay any interest at the moment of creating the stable asset, and nor during any period of time he holds the loan. But whenever he gets margin called, the whole position, both the collateral and the debt, is transferred to all the other people who have healthy positions. So those people who have healthy positions get their positions increased both in debt and collateral and in risk. And that's pretty, of course, risky, but also can present huge rewards for those people that manage to keep their position open after the market goes down and then comes back. So that's what I'm proposing, is totally decentralized, and it has the following implication. For example, let's suppose you're a debtor with $1 million. Well, someone is a debtor with $1 million in debt, and he's about to get margin called. And just behind him, there is this guy that just risked $100, but has a collateral ratio of 1,000%. So if the guy with $1 million get margin called, that $1 million position is transferred to the guy with just $100 position. And if for some reason he manages to keep that position open, or the market just comes back before he gets margin called, then he will get that position of $1 million. Yeah. So it's pretty much like a game of incentivizing during those periods of extreme volatility, the people to get on board and back the stable coin in order to guarantee stability. So that's what I'm proposing. The details are in my pomelo grant. The grant is not to implement the the actual code, but to simulate it, to create a Python simulation before implementing it. And that's what I've been working this week on. Thank you very much, guys, and ready to answer any questions.
Yeah, I've got questions.
Yep.
Jorge, what are you're basically talking about? It sounds like you're talking about something that amending something that already exists. So are there margin calls already on EVM? I haven't dug in yet to that.
I don't know, not that I'm aware of. And what I did was study the lending protocol of DeFi box, which has these properties that you can create USN into existence, but then you incur in interest, which is pretty high. It was 20% last time I checked, 15% today. And also, if you got margin called, you have to, you are margin called if your position is not 30% above your debt. I mean, if your collateral is not 30% in value above your debt, and if you are margin called, 5% of your fee goes to the DeFi box, which is a huge amount. So I'm trying to remove all, well, I'm proposing to remove all those big fees and interest and just get whatever position it's called being transferred to the other people who is taking the risk. I mean, to the other debtors. So that's what I'm proposing.
And if the margin gets called on DeFi box, as you've explained it, the money the money that is lost by the person who fails to cover their own margin, where does that go currently in their system?
If your position is, for example, for $100 in a stable asset that is USN, you need to have at least 30% above backing that $100. So that'll mean that you need to have at least $130 backing that debt. If your position falls below that, DeFi box charge you 5% and liquidates you and returns the extra 25%. So you will, of your $130 position, you will be returned $25 only. With my new protocol, the minimum collateral ratio will not be 30%, but I'll suggest about 10%. And if you lose your position, no DeFi box receiving anything, simply the whole position is transferred to the next, to the rest of the people, not the next one, but to the rest of the people who have healthy positions. So the risk is transferred. The good thing is that if you lose a position, you can open another one and participate in receiving part of the position you just missed.
Okay. Okay. So you're disintermediating the exchange, or
yeah, I'm disintermediating the decentralized exchange.
Yes. Thank you.
It's pretty risky. It's a pretty risky protocol, but it's high risk, high reward, and it's aimed at stabilizing, creating a totally decentralized stablecoin on either the EVM or, well, pretty much whatever platform decides to adopt it.
Do you have any background in that kind of thing? Not that you need it. I'm just curious. In margin.
Well, I used to be margin called several times in the BitShares ecosystem, so I know pretty much the mechanics.
Okay. Wow.
So I give the word to Dan in order to move on.
All right. Sounds very interesting. Thanks, Jorge. I had no idea that you were so into all those DeFi mechanics and all stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to diving in deeper. That's like a whole other side. I knew you're looking to the EOS EVM and saw you in developer chat and stuff sometimes, but really cool to see you're going in some very interesting directions and stuff. Looking forward to it. I suppose I'll share my screen now. My presentation might be a little bit messy because I was just like, it'll partially be what I showed before, but I'll also just share more as I've been up. Actually, I just saw that Noam actually just rejoined, and so I'm just going to assign him back to room number 1. For some reason, he's gotten kicked out or lost an internet connection or whatever like 5 times. I keep adding him back. So anyway, yeah, he said he's having internet connections. Can you let him in? Yes, just did. Okay, cool. So sorry about that for the delay. I think you should be able to see my screen now, right? You should be able to see my Safari browser, which says happy anniversary, right?
Yep.
Okay, great, thanks. Okay, cool. Yeah, so I mean, it's art. A lot of my week has been focusing on the anniversary. Focus on preparing for the anniversary and making a great anniversary. Of course, I always make the videos too, and always publish them. So I published this one for anniversary planning from last year, and also MSIG and stuff like that. And I wrote a little bit about it. And then, of course, each week I also, well, every other week I host the town hall. This week I discussed the anniversary planning and Alien Worlds Fractal and Eden on EOS groups, and that's great. What's up?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but what we're looking at right now, what I'm looking at right now, it appears to be your Mac directory browser.
Thank you.
Not a document of any kind.
Okay, thank you very much for fixing that. I will maybe cut that part out of the video too if it's like private stuff. I don't know, but thanks. I appreciate that a lot, Perry. So now you can see it properly, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, great. I'll restart. So yeah, I've been focusing a lot on the anniversary for Eden Fractal this week. So that's been the main thing. Put together this art, and then as always, I post the videos on the Eden Creators YouTube channel and at edenfractal.com/videos. So I edit that a little bit and put it up there. Timestamps will be coming soon. I also have been hosting the Eden Town Hall every other week. Everybody's welcome to join Mondays at 16 UTC. This week I talked about these topics. We had like 6 or 7 people there in a great discussion. That recording will be coming soon. I'm still working on catching up to that. Also, Tadas from CryptoLines, he's the creator of msig.app. He joined the group and was saying that he's looking forward to looking to the gaming articles that I wrote recently. So I wrote a reply to him, and I tried the msig.app for the first time. So that was pretty cool, just to reply that I shared with him. Not one of the major things, but I always do the msig each week. And so I figure learning new ways, the MSIG app is a really cool way to make MSIGs. I had some issues, so I'm going to troubleshoot with him later. But yeah, I always post those each week. As Vlad was saying, Alien Worlds Fractal, I was on the call with Vlad for like probably 6 hours, and we had some fun calls and stuff. And then I was also on the call with Lisa for a long time too. So I've been learning a lot about Alien Worlds and helping out with the designs of that and stuff like that. I don't know if I edited this. I think I might have just made some slight updates. I think I might have did this last week, but at edencreators.com/Alien Worlds Fractal, I've just been curating some of the information here and what's been going on. I also, did do this over the past week because Jyon joined the fireside chat and he talked about IBC, and Michael made a new post. Basically just finished the tools that will allow Eden Fractal to communicate with Alien Worlds via IBC. So I curated some of that and made this article more comprehensive with stuff that's there, so people can see what Vlad is working on, what we're working on. And then I also messaged Michael because he finished the software, and Vlad helped set up the account. So I sent this message to Michael and explained the path forward. For now, I'm just going to act as like a representative, but it's all on chain, stuff like that. I'll go into more details in the summary, but Noam forwarded that. So that took a lot of time, and I've been testing that with Michael as well to make sure it all works right. And those slides are not relevant here. I joined the EOS Fireside Chat this past week, and I spoke for about 6 minutes or so. I'm also going to be joining today too to give a recap about the Eden Fractal anniversary event. You can go to the timestamps as always, and they have on their channel, and you can see Fractal Anniversary by Dogman, and I spoke a little bit more. It was great promotion, I think, for this event, and also Guillaume said that IBC, like one of his most exciting applications was with Eden Fractal and Alien Worlds, so that's really cool. And then, like I said before, preparing for the anniversary, promoting it, there was like 80 people on the call, 60 people on the call, maybe, I don't know. I've been putting together a page that's early draft right now at edencreators.com/anniversary, where I've been, well, for one thing, I made an NFT for the first time. I made an NFT that has a picture, and Gudasol made a GIF, and there's a song here that I'm going to be giving away to everybody who participates in the Eden Fractal meeting for the first year. So there's like 80 people or so. And then I recorded a video with Rosmari and Douglas. This was after the Aqueduct that we participated in last week, where we go through like the how to make an NFT. So I'll publish this at some point soon. There's a lot of screen sharing, and Douglas is really good at that. So educational content there. And then I've also just been working to curate our planning articles, as well as our first event. I wrote an article for the Everything US Weekly Report back then that I'm curating. You can see there's lots of just like to-do lists, so it's not quite done yet. But I'm going to be curating this as well as an article that I wrote while working for the Everything EOS Week report about the EOS 4-year anniversary. So over the next week, I'm going to be promoting Eden Fractal alongside EOS with all this stuff that happened last year. And I'm also looking to AI to summarize this too. But just curating that as well as giving out the NFTs. I'm going to give out more NFTs to everybody who participates today too. And yeah, I've been working with Rosmari on promoting it. So she put out this post this morning, and I've just been like pretty much constantly working on this, put up the proposal for the anniversary celebrations and 2 new games, which are Fractal DJ and Speeches. And there's details on the page that's linked right there. It's also at edencreators.com/anniversary plans, where you can scroll down and see an overview that I was working on. A lot of this, it's been super helpful working with Rosmari, and I actually just offered her a full-time job with Eden Creators over the past week, helping out with the marketing. So she's been helping out with a lot of this stuff, and so we've been putting this all together over the past day or past few days and talking about it a lot lately. And then there's also a Notion page, as I showed before, but basically just writing out all these games and making sure and sharing how they work, and then putting different pages for edencreators.com/DJ and edencreators.com/speeches, where people can basically read the same thing. I have to refresh it actually because it didn't load properly, but when you do it, then you can see like how it works and stuff like that. And I'll give more details about that soon. Also, I'll go back to, I don't know why I pulled this up, the show notes. This is the NFT I'm going to give out as well. Oh, I showed you that already. A bit disorganized, so my apologies there. And also disorganized. But yeah, I've been working a lot on the Cignals game because that is one of the keys to make this game work. So I figured the first game we can use fractalgram, but the second game 2 weeks ago, that's actually probably why I had that, because during this meeting I shared an update about, that's why I had it, because during this edenfractal.com/51, the 51st meeting, I shared a presentation about Cignals and about games and how games can help solve problems and make the best experience possible. So there's articles about that, but really this is a follow-up from what I proposed there. You can see timestamps about how I mentioned Cignals can work, and I built a demo application basically this week. So the way the demo application will work for Cignals is I've been researching Slido, which is an excellent polling application that I just got a subscription for. And sorry, somebody just FaceTimed me, and for some reason I just popped up. And then yes, I'm going to be using Slido, and I made polls for each of the different games that we'll play. You can see them here. So there's basically a ranking who made the most inspiring speech. Each person will have an intuitive interface where they can rank who gave the most inspiring speech, and then you can rank it like here and so forth. So I've been testing that out, and then that testing will go into this spreadsheet where I put the first demo of this new Cignal social coordination game for communication. I should speak slower. I'm getting ahead of myself. So this spreadsheet has rankings from the past 12 weeks, as well as who's been a delegate, and there's a multiplier. So it's basically gamifying the voting. So each person has a different amount of signal power based upon if their average rank and if they're a delegate over the past 12 weeks. And then there is a spreadsheet here where we will manually import. Eventually, this can be automated with the blockchain with tools like Substreams that I previewed in last week. For the past month or two, I've been researching how to hook this up with the blockchain. But first, there's a demo application. We can say these ranks. Also, Rosmari helped immensely with this too. But basically, you could do that, and then it'll apply a signal score to people who voted here, and then they'll get rewards from there. I'm also donating 200 EOS this week, as well as the NFT that I mentioned before, and several other NFTs I'm going to be giving out too. And those 200 EOS will be going to participants in the Fractal DJ game and participants in the most inspiring speech and the most amusing speech. So I'll share more details about that now. It's probably been well over 5 minutes. So sorry, I just saw it was 8 minutes actually. So sorry that was so disorganized and so long. You can give me a lower level if you want for going way over time and not thinking about it. But that's that, and I'll wrap it up there. And happy to answer questions later or whatever. But I can also pass it on to Marco, and hope you all enjoy it. And looking forward very much to playing these games with you.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Set up the mic today. I'm just going to read week of June 7th, happy anniversary. So same thing, well, a lot of the same thing. Attended meetings, writing original content, redesigning W3 briefs. That's kind of taking up some extra time. Continuing to investigate EOS EVM, developing development and impact, monitoring the greater crypto environment with FedNow coin coming and how it might affect EOS. Those two things I'm kind of meshing together, considering that FedNow coin is going to look at ultimately Bitcoin, Ethereum. EOS is a very small player, but with second was it second build of the EVM, allowing for what I think is swaps and things like that. That's a chance to maybe get noticed, but also maybe a chance to get hit by the Federal Reserve and what they're trying to do. We also have Amazon into that, so things are getting turbulent. Monitoring the governance stuff going on EOS, seeing how that's going to develop, and adding content to W3 briefs and planning a course for it. That I think we can start with.
Awesome. Thank you, Marco. Sounds good. That was quite quick. And I suppose you made up for me taking so long. So thank you for all you're doing. And does anybody have any thoughts, questions, comments for anybody in the room before we move on to consensus? I see a sunglass smiley face from Marco being all cool with his short presentation. And great work. If there's no questions or comments, then we could also just proceed into fractalgram. I can start that up unless, I don't know if Vlad or anybody else has started up. Okay. Do you want to do it, Vlad, or should I, or does anybody else want to do it?
I can do it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it would be great, by the way. I know Noam was just saying in the Telegram chat that people in his room didn't know how to do it, but the more we can all learn how to do it, the better. So Jorge or Marco or Perry, if you want to try leading it now or sometime. I suppose Vlad's already on it now, but I don't know if you guys have done it before, but it's a good skill to learn, I think, so that more of us can do it. So if we're with new people, then we can introduce them to it well without having to be confused and stuff like that.
Where are the instructions for that?
I just posted actually in the live chat. If you scroll up 3 messages in the live chat in the Eden Fractal Telegram group, Noam asked me if we had instructions, and I posted the peaked.com blog article from Tadas, and Tadas gives a excellent introduction there. You could learn it in like 5 minutes, probably at most. It's quite intuitive and simple, and he gave a great tutorial kind of instructions there. Okay, and Vlad just shared the link in the Zoom chat where everybody can join. It's called Anniversary. How fitting. Well done, Vlad. And it looks like Vlad is thinking. I wonder how I know that.
No.
It must be because of your shirt and your posture. It's a very thoughtful image you have there, Vlad. So far, it's just been me and Vlad hanging out alone with Marco. Jorge and Perry are not in yet.
I think I'm in.
You're talking about the chat room specific to this room?
Yep, that's right.
And that's the link that Jorge posted?
Vlad just posted it in the Telegram chat. I don't see if Jorge posted it.
I did too.
Oh, okay.
I did post it on the live chat.
Okay, cool.
We're all in, I guess.
Okay, and just as a time check, by the way, we started at, I think it was like 16, 17 or something. So that means 55 minutes from that. So we still have about 15 minutes left or so to come to consensus.
Sapiens.
Perry, could you please just I appreciate the presentation you gave. Could you just like give like just like if you had to give an elevator pitch of like 20 seconds of exactly what the new upgrade to the site you just made does exactly? What is the value it provides?
What it provides is well, if you think of what I've already created in DNews, in terms the meat of it is the search and the calendar, the search of an aggregation of all the streams coming in from all of our contributions, and then what I've just added is a reader that allows you to go over basically the same streams, but in a different format, so you can quickly browse everything. In addition, I've added streams from the greater crypto verse, so different news sources regarding crypto, and I went even a step further as I added news sources, and I'm going to continue to add on all these categories news sources from general news. So you can choose what you want. The standard ones that I at default are just our community, but as a convenience to community members, I'm adding the other links so that they can consume their news in general in the same place. But primarily, they're exposed to our community. So they may be interested in all kinds of different things going on, and they may come here. They may come to DNews to consume their news, and they get exposed to our own community as well as get the things that they also want. So it's kind of like an overall aggregation and convenience to community members. So
Okay.
in one word, I added a reader. It's called a news reader. So it's just but it's basically the same content, just in a different format. But yeah, that's what I did.
Cool. Sounds great. Thanks, Perry. That sounds awesome and very helpful. It was a little bit longer than 30 seconds, so in the future, if you could share a quicker elevator pitch, that might be helpful. But it's also good. It's great stuff, so I understand it. And I went 8 minutes, so who am I to say anything right now? So. Okay, cool. Is everybody ready to vote then? And we have any other thought? I kind of want to ask Jorge more questions about what he's doing, but also I know we're short on time and I don't want to ask too much, so maybe we can just go in unless anybody has other questions. Okay, I suppose we can just go. So far, there's 3 votes in, I think, or there's 4 votes in. Okay, so everybody voted. It looks like Perry and myself voted for Perry, and then Marco, Vlad, and Jorge voted for me. You have any thoughts here? I would be willing to switch my vote for myself if it reached consensus. I know Perry did get level 6 last week for what he's doing, and I don't know how much different it is from last week, but I do think it's really awesome. So I did want to support Perry, but also I've been working a lot and I appreciate the support. Amy, have any thoughts you want to share? Advocate for anybody or anything?
What I did this last week is I created the help videos and the help page, like getting started, so it's easy for people to comprehend what DNews is. That's what I did this week.
Okay, cool. Well, that's excellent, very helpful. I think maybe I will switch my vote to myself though, because I've been working constantly on this, and I think that the Cignals app was really super helpful. So maybe I'll do that, and sounds good. I'm happy with that.
Damn you, Dan.
I got you, Ferry. Okay, there we go. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Okay, so we have consensus there then?
Yep.
It is tough though, because like everybody did a lot this week. So it's kind of always tough, but especially this week, it seems tough. Jorge, we haven't heard a vote yet. Oh, and Vlad, we just got Rosemary just sent a message that the election ended. I did not remember to push many different things. Did you start the election today?
I will start now.
Okay, cool. I'll let her know that.
Hey, Jorge,
Yep.
just sent you on Telegram. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Another thing I've been working on, by the way, is getting music to play in the background without being too loud. So when Vlad and I were hanging out a lot, we were actually listening to what was that? Drum and bass. We're listening to Ex Machina by Metric and stuff. So I think at some point that'll be cool. I know Patrick also yelled at me a bit for playing the music too loud last week, so I have to figure out how to play at the right levels and stuff. But that'll be coming soon, and I think that'll be a huge upgrade to make the events like way more fun and exciting. As if that, I mean, they were already super fun and exciting, but way more musical and stuff.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, and now we have level 4. And it looks like the only person who hasn't voted yet is Marco. Maybe I'll play music in the background because everybody's being real quiet. If you want to talk more, then feel free.
I don't hear any music at all if you're expecting.
Yeah, I wasn't playing it currently because it's sometimes too loud. Like it's probably too loud, right? But this might be better.
I prefer the music of silence.
Okay, I'll play The Sound of Silence by Simon and Garfunkel. You got it. No, just kidding. I'll stop it. Or maybe we'll sing it. How's that one go? The Sound of Silence.
Oh yeah, haunting.
Yeah, that one's a great song. Okay, did we come to consensus on level 4?
Yep.
So
Okay, sounds good. Okay, and it looks like we came to consensus on level 3 as well, which seems silly because Vlad's doing incredible work with Alien Worlds. He's kind of like starting up a whole new fractal and he's doing all these amazing things. I know Vlad has gotten a lot of 5s and 6 recently for doing that. It's been a long-term project as well. But we did work on that a lot, and I know Vlad's doing great work with that too. So Vlad, even though you got level 3, you got level 6 respect in my mind at all times.
This week
this was a heavy hitters group.
Yes.
When we become a larger group and there's more new people, this will start to become more realistic. Like so, people who are working like all of us in this room that hard, we will be rewarded. We will more likely be near the top in most of our groups. It's dependent on us growing. So we're just kind of all the same guys working hard, showing up in the same rooms. It's tough. It's tough. Very competitive.
Yeah, well, it's tough, but it's also a great thing that people are doing great things. And hopefully, the people we'll invite, and I believe the people we'll invite will also be very motivated and inspired to help a lot too. So I think it will probably be continually competitive, but we'll see how it goes though. It'll be fun. Okay, and who should be the delegate? Who's interested in being a delegate? I think I'm interested in being a delegate. I'll share the delegate spreadsheet so people can know what is going on. If anybody remembers if they're a delegate or anything, then feel free to let us know. But I'm just pulling this up right now so I can share it. And I think I was elected like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks, 4 weeks ago.
I think I got it last week.
Oh, I don't think that Tadas is maybe. Oh, Tadas did update this actually.
No, Rosmari got it last week.
Okay, yeah, I was elected 2 weeks ago. And Rosemary didn't, although I'm not totally sure. Maybe I'll check the Eden Fractals account to confirm because I know Tadas was really busy with Firmament and stuff like that. So at some point I had checked and he didn't update the spreadsheet. So I will check blocks.io/Eden Fractest account to see if that is current. And yeah, it looks like you were elected as a delegate last week, Perry.
Okay.
May 31st? Yeah, you were elected as a delegate.
Okay.
And so was Patrick. Wait, who's the other one?
Jorge. Check
Yeah,
that
I
last
just, I
comment.
just read it.
Is anybody else interested in being a delegate? I would be one since I'm going to expire in a week. But if anybody else is interested, I'd be happy to hear it.
You are already elected.
Oh, there we go. Thanks, all. I didn't have to campaign too hard. And I was just going to give my speech, too.
What was our group number? One?
I guess.
I will double check it. Yes, group number 3. Hopefully we won't have any issues. I didn't get a chance to do the going forward through the different weeks, so hopefully it'll be good. And I think the other rooms might have reached consensus too, so maybe we can end it earlier rather than going the extra full 55 minutes. It's a relatively small group, so when you have 6 people, you don't necessarily need the 55 minutes.
Worked for me.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. I'll do it now as well.
So what happened last week? I remember we were having some errors on the web app. I couldn't submit, and several people also couldn't. What happened?
It's just because the delegate election happens on the test account, and when I tested, I guess I used those meeting numbers that we now hit, and you cannot elect 2 delegates if this meeting ID is already used. So yeah, just because of the test account.
Okay, so what happened with that election? I mean, is there a multi-sig for it? Was it created?
There's currently no multi-sig for the delegates. That's something we want to build and get that more up there.
I mean, for past election from last week, which I couldn't submit.
I believe that some people were able to submit it. So if you look at the Eden Frac test account on blocks.io, then you can see last week that there was 4 people who were able to submit it, and one was for, actually no, there was 6 people who were able to submit it. And so all those agreed that Patrick was delegate in room 1 and Perry was the delegate in room 2. So I think that's sufficient enough. There wasn't any disagreement there, and there were issues. So, but there were 3 confirming results there.
I just voted here.
Cool.
Good.
I think I did too, and I think that now could be a good time to just wrap up the community room 2, or wrap up the breakout room 2, so we can go back and get into the festivities. Sounds good, everybody? Should I close the breakout rooms now?
Yay.
Awesome. Woohoo! Thanks everybody so much for all the awesome stuff. I will close breakout rooms now. Hey Noam, I saw you're having some internet issues that were kind of crazy over there. Seemingly. Between the planets, I guess that big white abyss got in the way of your internet. I can't hear you, by the way, Noam, if you're speaking. I don't know if you are speaking. Also, your mouth is below the camera, so I can't tell if you're moving your mouth or not.
I said I switched to my PC and I haven't had any problems since then, and I'm knocking on wood, so it won't happen again.
I can't see your mouth, Noam. You have a beard. Could you go shave your beard, please?
You can see my mouth through the beard. Here, I'll move my mustache. Oh.
Hey guys, what time is the festivity starting on fireside chat?
Fireside chat's at 19 UTC, and we have festivities starting for Eden Fractal 1-year anniversary pretty much now, or in the next few minutes, basically. And it looks like Lisa's already feeling the festivities already, so we're already going. There we go.
What's this music?
Oh yeah, I have a little bit of music playing in the background. I don't know if it's cool. I'm still working on getting the right volume and stuff, but I really want to get music more involved. But if it's too loud or if it's annoying or anything like that, let me know. But I like it in the background. I'll probably turn it off when we actually start sharing our speeches and all that stuff. But I figure just when we join back in the community room, we can have a nice, welcoming, peaceful yoga session, perhaps, maybe. Who knows? Okay, cool. Well, yeah, hope everybody had an awesome time in the breakout rooms. And now, once again, happy anniversary. We can get into the festivities that we have planned out, and best to get right into it. Does anybody have any thoughts you want to share first? I think all the submissions went well this week, so that's good to see. Any thoughts before I perhaps share a little presentation here to share an overview of the agenda for our Eden Fractal Anniversary festivities?
I figured out how to share music in the background.
Oh,
okay. Great.
You just go to share screen. You click on advanced tabs, hit computer audio, and then play.
Oh, yeah. Wow, what a discovering! Amazing!
There we go. That's
You don't need any other software, you just need Zoom, but you need to realize there's an advanced tab button in computer audio.
Oh, yeah.
It's just on the computer though. I don't see it on mobile.
Yeah, I don't know what happens when you try and share screen on mobile. So you can share screen, so maybe it's there.
It's not there.
No tab, share screen.
No advanced.
You have no advanced tab, Lisa.
I'm not advanced.
You are not so advanced yet.
I think we were just talking about that.
Yeah.
It may be a new version, Zoom. I don't know.
No, Eric is a geek. Eric, I has always say he's a geek. Yeah.
Thank God.
All right. Well, cool. I see Rosmari also shared a screenshot how to do that. Thanks, Eric, for sharing that with us. And yeah, I think that's a helpful tool. Maybe you can get going with the art fractal, and you'll have all the artists dancing too. That would be pretty cool to see.
And the other thing, of course, Dan and I met on Saturday because I created a template for presenting. And since we have lots of presentation, this is a way of making presentations better, clear, and collaborate. So Dan will go over that, but I'd be glad to go over that with everybody if you think that's useful sometime, either here or in a separate session.
Yes, absolutely. I think we should save it for another session because we have lots on the agenda today already.
I don't mean today. You need to look at it first, but I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, super helpful, our call over the weekend. And so thanks for sharing that. And I'm going to look into that. And yeah, I think that's excellent. I think it could also go along with the Notion template stuff we talked about. So everybody can cooperate and we can make awesome presentations together with Eric's wise words and wise frameworks and so forth. So yeah, thank you very much.
Yeah, this is not the collaboration, the presentation itself. It's designing the presentation quickly and easily so that you know when you're done and you can get lots of people to collaborate.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Well, if nobody has any further words there, then I will jump into the presentation without much further ado so that we can start celebrating these festivities. And yeah, I think we're gonna have an awesome time. So looking forward to sharing it with y'all. Okay, cool. So I'm sharing the screen now. And there's only one topic on the agenda right now for agendas, but there's 3 different topics there. I think you should be able to see the right screen now. So once again, happy anniversary, everybody. We're going to go and play agendas as we always do. Welcome. This draft article for that. And of course, anybody can make a topic on the agenda on the Eden Consortium and help create the agenda and vote for topics. I just put this one up last minute. I actually didn't see if anybody else made a topic. So if anybody did, then feel free to let me know. But basically the topic is happy anniversary. We're celebrating a momentous occasion by playing 2 new Fractal Condensed games, Fractal DJ and Speeches, and there's more details here on this Notion page. Check out in the Eden Fractal Telegram chat and the general or live chat, Rosmari shared a link to this Notion page, so if you want to read through and scroll through it yourself, then you can do it there. Big thanks to Rosmari for sharing that, as well as also writing much of this. I've been working closely with Rosmari on figuring out these games, as well as over the past 2 weeks, as we discussed. By the way, there was an issue recording, so I'm not totally sure if we got the recording in the beginning, which is a bummer. So hopefully we did, but I'll do my best there, and then also I'll figure something out to share a great recording to share it. You can see Rosmari's introduction here, and this is where you can click Notion article there. But basically, these two consensus games that we discussed over the past couple weeks, very much inspired by our discussions, basically, we're going to play these. I'm giving an additional 200 EOS in addition to the 100 EOS we already gave out, as we normally do. And these two games will be to share the best music in Fractal DJ in breakout rooms with Fractalgram, and then using the new Cignals game, the demo of the new Cignals game, to share the most inspiring and amusing speech about Eden Fractal. Basically, each person will get about 2 minutes to share a speech about Eden Fractal, and then we'll use the Slido app where you can rank, say if we say Perry gave the best speech, actually no, Douglas gave a better speech, and then you can rank and so forth, and then that will go into a spreadsheet. Each person can submit their results to rank the top 6 people, and then that goes into a spreadsheet over here where I can also share the link here so everybody can see it. Perhaps I'll just share that in the Telegram chat as well. But that'll go into the spreadsheet for Cignals, which is a new social coordination game for communication. I feel like maybe I should change the words. I keep tripping over those because it's a bit of an alliteration, but it goes in the spreadsheet where it takes the average rank over the past 12 weeks, as well as if people are a delegate, then they get a multiplier on that average rank to calculate their signal power, how much total signal power they have in voting. And then we have another page over here where we will, at some point, we'll automate this with the blockchain. I've been looking at how to do this, but for now, we're just going to manually take the results from Slido. From over here, I have an admin view where I can see who voted for everything, and I can export it to a Google spreadsheet over here, and then I can see who voted for what. And so we'll manually export who everybody votes for here, put it into here, over here, and then there's some calculations to determine how much signal power gets voted. And then basically the people who give the best speeches, there's two challenges in the speeches game. One is who gives the most inspiring speech and who gives the most amusing speech. There's 100 EOS for that will be split up to the top winners of the most inspiring speech, and 50 EOS for the most amusing speech. But we'll get into that in a bit because that's not the first game we're going to play. The first game we're going to play is DJ, Fractal DJ. So we're going to go into breakout rooms for that. I suppose first two, just a couple just really quick updates. They're kind of non-related. Sorry if this is kind of all over the place. We're doing the best to organize as best as possible. But a couple updates I want to share. One with Alien Worlds Fractal. Well, Vlad's been making great work with, great progress with Alien Worlds Fractal. And you can see some of the progress at edencreators.com/Alien Worlds Fractal. That's going to be launching quite soon. And there's some recent updates here. And then also with our Eden Fractal recommendations that we made in week 48, Guillaume and Michael just finished the software. And I can go more into detail about this. I suppose we should probably pose that as topic next week, but I just wanted to share the update that Michael finished that software, and we did a test transaction on there, and Guillaume also shared an update, said it's one of the most exciting applications on IVC. So just want to, I suppose, congratulate everybody on what we've done so far there, and thank everybody. And then the other update too, going back to week 45, if you all remember, I'd made edenfractal.com/details. And I just decided, being that it's the new year and we're looking to promote it, I just copied and pasted that directly onto the homepage. Once again, open to feedback too, but this is at edenfractal.com too, so it makes it a bit easier to share with a nicer homepage than it used to be. And there's also a thing where you can see in the 45th meeting where we discussed it. Happy to discuss that more. That's just how it is for now. If anyone wants to propose anything to discuss these topics more in the future, then feel free to do so, or feel free to reach out to me to discuss either of these topics. But without further ado, I just want to give you a quick update there because there's some exciting news. I think we should go into the games on the agenda. So the first game we're going to do, basically we're going to do Fractal DJ for 10 minutes. So we're going to do going back into breakout rooms, which is something we've never done before, but going back in, and it's only 10 minutes. And each person gets 1 minute to share a song. So Fractal DJ, basically we're competing to share the most amazing music. This was, of course, theorized, or at least the general idea of it, and the name of it was theorized by Perry. So thanks so much for thinking of this idea and also for sharing it. And this is, of course, we can play in different ways in the future, but the way we're playing it now, I kind of just defined it and worked with Rosmari to figure out, and some other people to figure out the best way to do it. But basically, each person will share a song for 1 minute. You can share it, you can sing it, or you can play a musical instrument or dance or rap, or you can just share a YouTube link if you want, so people can just listen to it. You can do whatever you want. Just make it 1 minute, don't go too long. And then there's 10 minutes total. So whoever's in your breakout room, you got to come to consensus, just like we do with the regular breakout room, like we do, in order to be eligible for the awards. There's going to be NFTs. Also, Douglas made a really cool Fractal remix of the NFT that I'm giving out to everybody who participated in Eden Fractal in the first year. So there'll be rewards and NFTs for everybody who participates in reaching consensus here, as well as the 50 EOS, which will be distributed according to the Fibonacci ratio, just like the breakout rooms. So yeah, basically it's a new game where we're playing music. Share the best music you can, or the most exciting music, to try to win and amaze the other people. And then we'll get into speeches after. We'll come back into the community room and I'll go into more details about that. That's where we share inspiring and amusing speeches. But first, I'll stop there and I'll just ask, does anybody have any questions? And is this clear to everybody about how Fractal DJ works and what we'll do in this breakout room?
Sounds like Fractal DJ is just like what we normally do, except instead of our contributions to the ecosystem, it's favorite video or performance, right? Do I have that right?
Yep, that's true. And it's shorter. So rather than doing a 5 minute or 4 minute speech about what you did for Eden Fractal, just take up to a minute to share a song. You can sing it or play a YouTube or whatever. And then we rank who shared the best music. And we use Fractalgram. If anybody doesn't know how to use Fractalgram, then one, I encourage you to learn how to use Fractalgram. And I just shared an excellent tutorial article that Tadas shared where you can learn how to do it. But if you don't know how to use Fractalgram in your room, then you can just do it with Zoom, as we always do. And then also I'm going to start up a new Telegram topic and call it Fractalgram, or I'm going to call it Fractal DJ. And that's just where we'll post the consensus results, because we can't post it on chain because we already have that already done. So we don't want to interfere with that. So I'm going to start up a new Telegram topic in our Eden Fractal Telegram group. And once you're done with your consensus results, just please post your consensus results for whoever shared the best music, ranking 1 through 6. Just copy and paste it from Fractalgram into the new Fractal DJ Telegram group. Sounds good? Makes sense? Any questions or comments or thoughts? Is everybody ready to share some music with each other and play Fractal DJ for the momentous first time ever? Using the Fractal process. Well, one thing I want to add here too is one of the things that I think is amazing about these is, like, one, we're celebrating and we're having a great time and it's fun to share music. I think there's a huge amount of potential for like musical Fractal consensus games. But then two, something that Eric shared and Perry shared too. Like Perry shared that this is also showing the power and flexibility of our consensus games too. So I think these consensus games can be used for all kinds of things. So it's very much like a fun event, but also showing the potential of consensus games that I think is a great way to showcase what we're doing here as well. But anyway, if everybody's ready, then I won't hold this up because we do have more games to play. And I know everyone respects everybody's time. We're already late on schedule a bit. So I'll start up the breakout rooms now. I'll start up the new Telegram topic where people can vote, and then we will go in there. If anybody has any last minute thoughts, then feel free to share them now. If not, I'll start it now. I'll also share too in the link, you can see the rules specifically at edencreators.com/DJ if you want to review those rules in addition to the Notion page. It's the same stuff on the Notion page in there, but if you want to just find it quickly with just that, edencreators.com/DJ for explanation of the rules and what I just showed there. Hope everybody has a great time. Go Fractal DJs.
Yeah, baby, let's do this.
Oh, and I should put music back on. Yahoo! Being that we're playing Fractal DJ.
I will sing for you. I will sing for you because I love this is Eden Fractal. Okay, I go to the room too.
Let's do it. Let's go play Fractal DJ. Woohoo!
Hey.
Hey, everyone.
Hello, hello.
Rosmari put the lipstick on. I'm scared.
It's not the lipstick.
She's preparing for the performance of her lifetime right now.
Needs to turn the lights on in a moment.
That's like the boxer putting on his gloves.
Okay, cool. Well, I suppose we should get going because we only have 10 minutes. I'm very interested to hear Perry's music. I've heard Gudasol's and Rosmari's music. We have a lot of musicians in here, so it's going to be a tough room. I'm very curious to hear Perry and Tadas. I don't know what kind of music you guys will share. Who wants to go first? Each person take about a minute each or so.
Okay, I'm happy to start it off.
It's fitting.
If anybody else wants to go, then feel free. I'm happy to go.
Go for it, Perry.
Okay. I can't share my screen, but I can drop a YouTube, and I'm so glad we have capable people here. That's my video. It's more than 1 minute. Most videos are. Pick anything. It's all good. I like it all.
We can. I guess I can play it for you.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
And we're just going to play the first minute of that, Perry? Is that what Rosemary should do? Should she skip it at any point of it?
You can play the first minute, the last minute. It's all. I love it all.
Okay, sounds good.
I wish you could play the whole thing, but that's okay. I know we got time constraints.
Yes, well, we can try it out more with more time, but I figured just for the purpose, try without a minute, and then we could do more later.
I'm ready.
Okay, can you share the screen too, Rosemary, so we can see it?
Do you want me to? Because I can just share the audio.
Yeah, let's see it. We want to see it.
Oh, okay. All right. 1 moment then.
Okay.
All right.
And meanwhile, Tadas is planning out. He's writing a concerto in his head right now, so he's gonna get a piano and go. I guess,
okay. There's even a time. Time.
There we go. Okay, cool.
I
Okay.
love this.
Okay, did you play? I just did the timer. It hasn't played yet.
All right. All right.
Nice.
That's it. That's all
it.
you guys got. Oh my God! The rest of the video. You have to see the rest of the video.
Dude, that's the rules. 1 minute.
Oh, I got cheated.
That's the rules of the game. We took Perry's game. We changed it up. Only give him a minute to cut him off. No, but I actually did say woohoo too because I enjoyed that a lot. I was muted, but that was awesome, Perry. Thank you for sharing.
I'm already having fun.
Good. Glad to hear. Okay, well, that's awesome. I suppose anybody else wants to share some quick responses, then feel free. But otherwise, maybe somebody else should go now, so we have time to go and get everybody's in by the time at 10 end. Who else wants to go next?
I'm winning this, guys. You know it. You know I'm winning.
You got some tough competition. Okay, I see Gudasol shared a YouTube link. Do you want to play? Do you want to go next, Gudasol?
Yeah. So this is a song that somebody added to cxc.world. And I don't know why, it's just like one of the most random funny songs that I've found on CXC, so I want to share it here.
Okay, great. Do you want to share your screen, or should Rosemary or me?
Can one of you please?
Sure thing. Rosemary, you want to do it, or should I?
The video is actually not that important for this one.
Okay, cool. By the way, while Rosemary's... Oh, I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, I just said the audio is the only thing you need.
Okay, cool. Well, sounds good. I was going to say, Gudasol is hosting excellent Aquadax. Join Aquadax Tuesdays, where we've been playing lots of music and hearing it. So cheers, Gudasol. Thank you.
Join Aquadax.
Yes. You got it, Rosemary?
Just to confirm, you just like the audio, right?
Yeah, the audio is fun. I mean, you can share the video too if it's just if you want, sure.
I don't mind, but yeah. Okay, I'll share the audio as well. Then. Okay. And
what happened there?
Can you see it?
Yeah. Well, I see it's just like a weird thing that looks weird with it.
I know.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm trying to do the timer, but I guess yes, right here. Okay.
Tirana.
I'm playing it.
Okay, wait.
Y'all ain't ready for this.
Doug, this is you?
Bad chick with piranha earrings. She pushing 60 and got problems with her hearing. Yeah. Bad chick with piranha earrings. She pushing 60 and got problems with her hearing. Yeah. Bad chick with piranha earrings. She pushing 60 and got problems with her hearing. Yeah. Bad chick with piranha earrings. She pushing 60 and got problems with her hearing. That's a shout out to my grandma. She a bad chick. Half of y'all girls be some catfish. She told me I gotta do the dishes. I do it cause you know I'm about my business. Listen, I don't need no mistress. I just need my grandma and my God as a witness. Get your damn phone up, call up on your grandma. You scumbag and you ain't got no manners. You don't need that cane, you can hold on me. Let me hold that hand while we cross the street. I eat what you cook with the groceries. When I be a president, she gon' vote for me. She vote for me, and she gon' see that God in me. She proud in me, she gon' blow a stack on me. She swollen me, so shout out to my grandma. Grandma, picking up my pants from my grandma.
Oh my God.
All right.
A grandma with piranha earrings.
Oh, that's sick. That is sick.
That's the wildest song I know. So
All right, badass grandmas. Awesome. Thank you. So that is now wild, something that I know as well. We got some tough competition so far. By the way,
Yeah.
background. I don't know who that's from. Who hears that? You guys hear background noise?
It's gone now.
Okay, yeah, it's gone now. Okay, cool. Who wants to go next? Or Gudasol, so you want to pick someone to go next?
no, just whoever wants to go. I can pick Rosemary.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna play audio.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. I guess we'll maybe go a couple of minutes over 10 minutes because we're a little bit late, but sounds good. I'll start up a fractalgram room unless Tadas, did you already start up a fractalgram room? Okay, I'll start it up.
Okay.
Very chill, very cool vibes. I like it.
Something like out of the 60s. It sounded like the 60s. Wow.
And yeah, what was that called, by the way, Rosmari?
Planet Caravan.
Okay, cool. That sounds like something that'd be cool to play more often. I want to listen to that. Maybe you could send me a link to that later.
Okay, I was thinking I would share it in the chat.
Oh yeah, if everybody could share the songs that they shared in the Fractal DJ
Yeah.
songs too. Please, also, I'll write that too.
On
Please
the
also.
Telegram.
Yeah, if you could share it in the Fractal DJ Telegram chat, so we have
Okay.
so everybody can find it, that would be cool.
All right, yeah. Okay. Thanks for listening.
Yes, thank you for sharing. And Rosemary, do you want to pick somebody to go next, either me or Tadas? Or if Tadas, you want to go first, then feel free.
Tadas.
I'm waiting for Tadas to pull out like a amazing piano concerto and show us some skills that we never knew before.
Okay, so I was thinking what's the most fractal song that I know. So one song came to mind. So then I tried to had a hard time to decide which part to pick, because one has references, fractal references, the other part is just sounds better. Anyway, so play the part which I shared in the link.
Cool. Sounds good. Looking forward to hearing this very much. And yeah, if everybody wants to, you know,
That's not my song.
that's it. That's the most Fractal song you know.
Do we get video or just sound?
No, I sent a YouTube video.
Oh, where do you share it?
In my
Did
Zoom
you-
chat.
Okay,
Am
you
I-
open that, Rosemary?
Oh, am I still sharing?
No.
I guess I'm still sharing my audio or not?
Oh, maybe. Oh, so you were listening to the Queen.
No. I guess that was the. Can you hear this, for example?
No.
Oh.
No, we don't hear anything.
Well, that was an advert, but I don't know why. Can you hear this?
Yes, but
Yeah,
it's,
we heard Joe.
I think I shared a specific part.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yes, you did.
Yes.
Okay, let me get the audio. All right, I'll mute myself.
If you want, I can do it, Rosemary, if you're having issues.
Okay.
Okay, sounds good. I will share. And I'll share the video too, Tadas, in addition to the audio, or just audio?
You can share, but it's just the lyrics on the video. But
Okay. All right, do you have a preference?
yeah, you can share, maybe.
Okay, sounds good. I will share it now and share the screen. Oh, apparently I'm not logged in. There is a ad, which is convenient, but I'll open up in a different thing. So there's lots of little technical challenges here, I guess.
How is my song different?
This is your song by Lupe Fiasco, right?
Yes.
Oh, it says somebody else. I'm going to stop your sound share, so I'm going to do that, Rosemary. I guess that you're still sharing that. And it's in the middle of the song. Is it 3:34? You want to play from the beginning?
Yeah, 3:34. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. I'll play it now. You should be able to see it.
Just like how I'm a bee, sacred geometry. In a line, in a line, in a line, in a line, in a line. 3 angels in kind, on time, go straight, don't sign. Yeah. The applause of patience to the laws of nature. Override lies and the laws of nations. Pilgrims bear witness at all the stations. Some positions overcome traditions. Numbers govern our young religions. Dead levels making plumb decisions. Perpendicular to the undivision. That's bad curricula to the unconditioned. Any love less than unconditional is so under-Christian. It's unrepentant. The physical part of my church amidst the invisible arts of my work. To make gold from garbage is not the alchemical point of this map. The truth be told, it's the pursuit of gold that turns the gold of men into trash. The soul's gold and they turning gold into cash. And your reflection is your connection to more collections of more directions and paths. If your reflection's a mask, then your reflection.
All right.
By the way, I still don't understand most of the song, but I think you have to study it to understand.
He speaks very quickly. There's a lot going on there, but it sounds quite fractal, though. Well, cool. Thank you very much. I'm curious. That's what you want to listen to. Do you listen to a lot of Lupe Fiasco? I used to listen to Lupe Fiasco a while ago. I haven't heard him in a while.
Yeah, in the past I listened a lot to him, and still from time to time his newer stuff.
Okay, very cool. Awesome. All right, well, I guess I'm the last person, and I'll get going. And then also, did I say, if you can get the fractalgram going, I had a bit of issue. Maybe you can get that started while I'm doing my song. Sorry, I've been kind of all over the place. But I will go, and I'll share my song. And this is an Eden song. Perhaps I'll share my screen, and then I'll also play it live for you, because I have a guitar next to me where I can play it live a bit. This is a song, by the way. I have a site here at edencraves.com/Eden Songwriting Notes. I'm going to fix this. I feature it in the beginning of this video, which is in the first Fractally music video, or in the beginning of Jess's Fractal, 3rd week. And so you can see a music video there. Thanks for sharing that. So it's there, and there's whole big notes. I'm working to make a Notion like a collaborative songwriting. There's a whole big story behind here, and also today or yesterday I put out a demo version. It's not a great version of it, but Gudasol helped me make this NFT over here, One Year of Eden Fractal, and you can also hear a demo version there. But perhaps since I'm here, welcome to Eden. So there is a song there. I haven't rehearsed this at all, by the way. I'm also going to turn on maybe some reverb. I don't know if I'm at 30 seconds right now. I'll go my guitar. I can go. Eden we will go. In Eden we will go. Welcome to Eden. What you want or need. I don't actually remember the chords. Welcome to Eden. Welcome to Eden. How do I play this? Oh, I have the chords here. I have the chords here in the window that I was currently sharing. Hold on 1 second. I think I'm over 30 seconds, but I have the chords somewhere here. If I scroll down, scroll down. In Eden. In Eden. Okay, I'm probably over a minute, so maybe I'll wrap it up there. In Eden we will grow. In Eden we will grow. All the people that you show are the people that you know. I'll play another time when I have more than a minute. I'm planning to release it soon. Thank you. Thank you.
Nice.
If I had more time, I would have rehearsed that, so I would have known the chords. So I forgot them. I thought I knew it off the top of my head. I played that song like literally like 1,000 times probably, and I'm still planning to release it. It's not done yet.
You got too much in your head, Dan.
Yeah, too much.
Release valves.
Okay, cool. Oh, I should turn my reverb off too. Woo! Okay, let's come to consensus really quick. Tadas, do you have the Fractalgram app?
Yes, I shared the link in the chat.
Okay, cool. Everybody please join that. And then I suppose we'll go a bit late, but let's just try to do it quickly so we have time for speeches, because we have an awesome game coming up. Okay, everybody's in except for one person now, which is Gudasol. No, Gudasol's in. Perry, can you join the group? Do you see it? Can you share it in the Zoom chat? Okay, cool. Okay, great. Let's try to come to consensus in like a minute or two if we can.
Yeah, so we don't need the account prompt, right?
No, I don't know. You could put up if you want, but we're just going to paste it into the Fractal DJ chat, so everything works. Okay, and then if anybody could help announce who's voting too, that would be appreciated. I'm having a problem on my phone because I have an issue with my phone or my Mac sometimes.
2 votes for Perry, 1 for Dan, and 1 for me. And 1 person didn't vote yet, Rosmari. Yeah. It's not hard. Just pick one.
Okay, looks like Perry's level 6. Perry, you got it. The inventor himself. Sharon, I don't even remember what Perry shared now.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, so we say 2 votes is enough.
Yeah, yep, that's good. Okay. And then
level 5.
Okay, I voted.
I voted 2. So 2 votes for me, 1 for Dan, 1 for Douglas, 2 for Douglas, 1 for me, 1 for Rosmari.
Okay. Cool. Anyone want to switch the vote? Douglas has the most right now. Anyone want to vote for Douglas, Gudasol? Or anybody else? Gotta consensus quick here. So
I can vote for Douglas.
I recommend voting for Douglas. Yeah, if you voted for me, Tadas, vote for Douglas. Yes, that way we come to consensus quick, so we have time for signals and speeches and stuff. We're already, I think, probably at 20 minutes, so it's taking quite longer than 10 minutes as is planned. Okay, cool. So Douglas has consensus now, I think, and level 4.
Number 4, I vote for Dan. 2 people. So
Okay.
2 votes
cool.
for Dan, 1 for Rosmari.
I will change my vote to myself. I will retract it. Rosmari, I loved your song. I want to hear more of that, but I want to come to consensus quickly. And Eden's song is very nice too. So I have consensus here. Level 3. Woohoo! Okay, level 3. Okay, and it looks like we have consensus on Rosmari as well. So
yeah, I'm finally the last.
Woo! Was that the first time you've been last before, Tadas? No, you've probably been last before.
Might be. I don't know.
Yeah, we got you out of your comfort zone, not building firmament. Now you got to share your music with us. Okay, cool. Awesome first Fractal DJ, everybody. Any final thoughts before I think I'll close up breakout rooms because we're already late? Any final thoughts?
I hope the winners of each room get to play the full video. I think that would be fun. I would love that.
I agree. I'll see you sometime soon.
Okay, good.
Okay, cool. I'll hit close breakout rooms, and here we go. That's the first Fractal DJ game. Thanks everybody for playing. Hope you had fun. I had fun. This is great.
By the way, I shared the consensus message, so I guess you can just share that in my main group.
Excellent. Thank you. There's a Fractal DJ group now. There's a Fractal group DJ topic. So if you could just paste it there, then I'll copy and paste it in the Fractal DJ topic in the in the Eden Fractal group. You see it?
Tadas, I love the song, by the way.
Yeah, Lupe Fiasco.
Thanks. Yeah, so I'm looking for it. Yeah, so I will just forward the message to the Fractal DJ group.
Yep, sounds great. Thanks. All right. I hope everybody had a fun time in Fractal DJ. It went a bit longer than expected due to technical issues. Was everybody able to reach consensus? Did we have a good time?
Oh yeah, baby, that was nice.
All right. Glad to hear. Yeah, we had some fun songs here too. I'm looking forward to doing that more.
Eric has made a performance there amazing. And Jorge has sing something very emotional. I was fast crying a river. Crying a river! I was fast crying a river. And Pascal, that was... And I was leveled to the bottom because my performance was so great that I have to be into the bottom for sure. Okay, so...
I'm sure you give a wonderful performance, Patrick.
No.
Next Fractal DJ, I'm sure you'll get a top rank.
No.
Oh, I'm sure of it. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, I suppose, sorry it went a bit later. It's already an hour 45 right now, or 45 minutes into the agendas, and we haven't done the speeches game yet, so we can catch up more with Fractal DJ. If anybody has any last thoughts you want to share about it, jump in. But otherwise, we can just jump on into the speeches game, and if anybody has to go soon, then maybe let us know, and you can share a speech earlier first, but then also I'm happy to go a bit longer to basically I'll share a presentation about speeches now, just give a quick recap about how it works basically, and I'll also share the Slido link as well so everybody can vote in there. I'll also maybe stop the music too, just so it's not like distracting and stuff like that, because we already had our Fractal DJ and soon we'll do more Fractal DJs. Thanks once again, Perry, for suggesting. Thanks everybody for the great, and hope everybody had an amazing time. And everybody ready for speeches now? Are we ready for speeches on the anniversary Eden Fractal event?
Okay.
All right.
Can we do the speech by singing?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Nice.
And there is a reward for most amusing speech too.
Okay, I will do that.
Okay.
Before to leave, because I have to leave.
Okay, you have to go in like 15 or 12 minutes, Patrick, is that right? And so you want to go first after I share the presentation?
I go first. Like this,
okay.
That's made and I can see me in a mirror.
Okay, sounds great. First, I will just share a presentation so everybody understands the rules and how we're going to play this game. So this is once again the anniversary page. I think you should be able to see it now, that I introduced before, that has an overview of the games we're playing. So we just played the Fractal DJ. It took a bit longer than 10 minutes, but we'll refine it in the future and figure it out. And now the game that we're moving on to, and there's going to be prizes, by the way. So I'm giving out 50 EOS in the Fibonacci algorithm, and then there's also NFTs that we're giving out too. More details about that soon, but being that time is of the essence, we are going into speeches now. So the speeches game, basically the goal of the game is to share the most inspiring speeches. Basically, everybody will get about 2 minutes to share a speech, and your goal is to share the most inspiring speech about Eden Fractal. So make it about Eden Fractal. You can talk about what we did over the past year, or how it's changed your life, or something like that, or your vision for Eden Fractal, something about Eden Fractal. I guess you could talk about other stuff too, but I think focusing on Eden Fractal will help you get the votes. And basically, there's two different things we're going to vote on. We're going to vote on who shared the most inspiring speech and who shared the most amusing speech too. So you can go for both of those. There's 100 EOS prize in total for the most inspiring speech, and a 50 EOS prize total for the most amusing speech, and that will be the top 6 winners will receive awards with the Fibonacci algorithm as well. I'll be sending it all out. Each person gets 2 minutes, as it says right here. I just explained that. What is the most inspiring, or who can share the most inspiring speech? And then the judges, everybody's the judge, and we're going to be demonstrating the new Cignals game. new Signals games, I put together a spreadsheet for the Signals, and there's a link to the Slido event. So I will share that in the live chat right now, and I encourage everybody to click that link for Slido. Well, please do, because otherwise you'll be able to vote. I just shared that in the chat. But basically, the way Slido works, I think I showed you all before, but it's a great polling application that I just got a subscription for. It's really powerful, and there's these different polls. So, for example, I can present my screen here, and then it shows up. You can also, by the way, if you don't, another way you can do it, they have a little QR code that you can do. And this tool is powerful in all sorts of ways, but for right now, we won't deal with the questions. And I'll just go back to the beginning of this. Basically, there's going to be polls here, and you can submit your polls. It'll look kind of like this, as I was shown before. It's very simple and intuitive. You can drag and drop whoever you think gave the most inspiring speech, and then each of these. I have to actually redo this. Perhaps Rosmari, I just gave her collaboration. If you could help also just remove, because right now there's like FFD. I don't know if we included everybody. So if anybody's name is not included here, then we want to just make it so that each person's name is included. So forgive me for just being a bit disorganized, but we'll make it so just everybody whose name is participating is here, and then say if you think Patrick gave the most inspiring speech or whatever, or Eric gave the second most inspiring speech, you can rank it. You can see a little 1 and 2 next to their name, and it says select up to 4 options. So each person will rank, and you can have this open and rank as people are giving speeches, and you can move it around and so forth. So that's a way to rank who gave the most inspiring speech. And then when you scroll down, same thing here. So you can pick the most the options for who shared the most amusing speech here, and you rank and you submit that who gave the most amusing speech. You rank the top 6. Of course, you can change it and scroll down. There's 2 other questions at the end, which aren't really part of the game, but if you want to just answer and you want to just say how you feeling, or if you want to share a message about the meeting, like great meeting or whatever, then you can do that. The one thing that you need to do in order for this to work is you need to go down to the bottom. It will say voting as anonymous, and you need to go click that, and then just go, just put your name. You don't have to put your email or your company or anything like that, but just put your name in there so we can tell who is voting. Because if we can't tell who is voting, then we can't tell who, then we're not able to put in the Signal spreadsheet. Because what we're going to do from here, I mentioned before, there's different weights. This is a new kind of game, which is combining the power of delegates with Eden plus Fractal with the average ranks that people have gotten over the past 12 weeks. So basically, all this is going to be automated with the blockchain at some point fairly soon. I'm working on building that, but it's a bit of a manual process where people vote in Slido right now, and then I'm also working with Rosmari on this to input this into the spreadsheet. It calculates the average rank that everybody had over the past 12 weeks that you could see here. It takes the average rank and it puts it into a formula where it also takes the delegates. So if you were a delegate, delegate seats means how many times you were a delegate in the past 12 weeks. So basically I was a delegate 3 times, Eric was a delegate 3 times, Patrick and Rosmari were delegates 3 times in the past week, and so forth. You can see how many times each person was a delegate. And then there's a multiplier. So for each time that you're a delegate, you get a 50% multiplier on your Signal power. Signal power is just your average rank over the past 12 weeks times that multiplier. So for example, you can see here, basically it's a way to gamify the voting. And then also what we're going to do is we're going to just manually whoever voted for whoever, say if I voted for Eric and then Jorge and then Lisa and so forth. Nobody has to worry about this. I'm just showing you a bit in the background about how it's going to work, but it's going to calculate all these numbers. And that's how we're going to derive who gets the most inspiring speech. The most amusing speech, you're just going to show right here as it goes. A lot of information, but that's a high level overview. And of course, you can also see all the details about this at edencreators.com/speeches or the edencreators.com or the Eden Creators Notion site. I will stop sharing my screen now. If anybody has any questions or comments, I see some Zoom chat, feel free to ask.
How do we switch between voting for most amusing and most inspiring?
You just scroll down. So the way, you see it? If you go to Slido, then the top one is most inspiring speech. And then the votes don't actually get submitted until you hit send down there. And if you send, you can always withdraw and resend it. But the most inspiring speech is first, and then the most amusing speech is second. So all you do is scroll down, and both times you can vote for both of them. And as Pascal said, just make Eden Fractal contributions on fun and social. I agree. Also, Rosmari just shared the Slido event there too. Oh, I think Pascal had to go. Enjoy the rest of your day. And he said, I think Eden Fractal just found his mission. So very exciting stuff. Wishing Pascal well. Yeah, big thanks to Pascal. Okay, cool. Did everybody understand? I mean, basically, I showed you more details than necessary there because I wanted to show everybody how it worked. But basically, each person gets 2 minutes to share a speech, and then each person open the Slido app and vote for whoever you think the top 6 ranked in order, most inspiring speeches, and the most amusing speeches. And then people get rewards from that. That's basically everything everybody needs to know, basically. Make sense? Or any questions?
No question.
No questions from
I
Patrick?
just added everyone's name to the. I edited the polls voting options, and I added everyone's name.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much, Rosmari. That's very helpful. I think Patrick said he had to go in 5 minutes or so. If anybody's able to join back, then you're welcome to join back so you can participate in voting. But if anybody has to go soon, then feel free to let us know if you want to go first. But otherwise, let's just make it a 2-minute limit each, because there's 12 people and we don't want to be too long. But each person gets 2 minutes. If perhaps Rosmari, you can put up a timer as well to make sure we don't go over time. We'll be very strict with the time limit just to make sure we don't go for too long. Patrick wants to go first, and it looks like he's ready with his goggles on. So I suppose we'll just jump into it.
I am ready.
All right.
And I will close my eyes and I will sing the best song that I can in live. Okay. I am inspired today to share with you what I think of this hidden fractal. I am amazed by this big rock. Oh yeah, we are with the best dog in the galaxy. That's a dancing joy from day one. Hey, he has created hidden fractal away, and we have all participated together. Oh yeah, I love this hidden fractal. We are doing fantastic breakout rooms that led to a delegate, and then we approved the MSIG. Even we know that the MSIG is failing, but we will all improving how we can with genius developer with Tadas and Vlad and Jorge from Colombia, Medellin, and with Rosmari. Oh, I love this hidden fractal, and I will join until I die. You can count of me. I will join until I die. I love this hidden fractal for long because that's the most fun event in the galaxy of this EOS. Oh no, and I am singing a cappella. I was not even prepared. My English is very poor, but that's my heart, my soul, and mind. Oh no, I have 10 seconds to say that I love you. And I will join again, until I die again. I am okay to join. And that's finish. I love you, Paul. Voilà.
All right, Patrick, thank you very much. Bravo.
Show's over. Everybody go. Patrick.
Well, no, it's not over yet. We got a competition here. There's prize and so forth. I understand why you say that, because Patrick did give an amazing speech. I'll just once again. Thank you, Patrick, John, Joy.
Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick, John, Joy. I'll also just share it too. Just whoever wants to go next, let us know who wants to go next. But in the meantime, I'll also just share it too. So, for example, just to do this, I would say, Patrick, that's a very amusing speech. You can always change this later, but just for example, that's how it works.
Genuine
speech. And then also, one cool thing about the Slido app too is that you have the ability to share presentations while you do too. So, for example, actually the votes don't show up until you do it, until you submit it. But say if I were to hit send, then in live that would show Patrick just got a vote for me and so forth. So it's another cool feature, basically how it works. I see Patrick sharing, or I see Vlad sharing XD. So yeah, encourage everybody, if you haven't yet signed in or open the link for the Slido and then add your name, then please do so. Please remember to do that when you do your votes and stuff like that. But anyway, thank you so much, Patrick, Pat, John, Joy.
Thank you.
Wonderful speech.
Okay. Oh yeah. Thank you.
Who wants to go next?
After a performance like this, who wants to go next?
Tough to follow.
Yeah.
Cool, sounds good. Does anybody have to leave like momentarily? If anybody has to go right now, then you can go first. What's up?
I don't know how to raise my hand at the moment because I'm in and I have literally 2 minutes left. Okay. So if you want, I'm not going to sing it though. I don't have to sing it, right?
Yes, you don't have to sing it. The Fractal DJ was before. That was just Patrick, Elton John, Joy that wanted to sing it. You can talk it. You can do whatever you want.
And I don't have, and it can be any topic, right?
Yeah, I mean, it can be anything, but really, I think it should be about Eden Fractal because it's a way to promote Eden Fractal and what we're doing here. But also, feel free to do it however you want. But if you can promote Eden Fractal and say inspiring stuff, that would be cool, and I'd vote for you more likely.
Of course, yeah, I got it. Okay, can I go real quick?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, so I recently heard that the definition of media is culture. Media creates culture. And I've heard the definition of culture is the collective achievements of the intelligence of the people. So if we want to create achievement, we would create media, which drives culture. That being said, we might want to think more about how we can create positive media that promotes our shared values. Eden Fractal is a great way to do that. We can gather, we can experiment, we can learn from each other, we can play games together, and there's a great set of documentation. I encourage people to review it and to think further about how we can contribute to positive media in the future so that we can create positive culture and inspire the achievements of people to be in the vein of our shared values and that culture. Thank you all. Happy anniversary.
Schöne Geburtstag!
Thank you, Lisa. Very inspiring speech and great to see you. Thank you very much. Also, I suppose Jyon said he has to go now. Fun. See you guys. Happy anniversary. Thank you, Jyon, for joining. Really appreciate you joining again. And I'm glad you had fun. Glad you enjoyed it. If Jyon, you do want to share a quick speech beforehand, that would be much appreciated. And then you could perhaps win some prizes too. Do you want to share anything first, Jyon, before you go?
I am depressed. I have forget to say into my song. And sorry of Elton John here.
It's only 2 minutes, Patrick.
I have forget to say firmament into my song. And I really do.
So I'm not great at speaking or speech, but for me, Eden Fractal always has been these people. So no, not the tools, not the fractalgram, not the wording, all that stuff. It's been new people. So when I joined EOS, basically from BBS, when I joined EOS, so I didn't know anyone here apart from the Telegram handles, the usernames, the text messages. So it was here I first, had chat with you guys, Patrick, Dan, Lenny, Jorge. I remember meeting Jorge for the first time and learning the name. So it's all fun. So in Fractal for me, it's always fun. This stuff, these guys, these people. So yeah, thank you guys. Yeah,
thank you, Jyon.
Thank you, Jyon. It's been such a pleasure meeting you too. So thank you so much, and I'm glad you've been enjoying it so much. Awesome speech.
Love you, Jyon. Thank you.
Yes. All right. There we go. All right. So we've had 3 very inspiring speeches so far. This is going to be very difficult to rank and stop. Patrick seems to want Vlad to go next. If Vlad, you want to go next, then that'd be welcome. Or if anyone else wants, I see Jorge's unmuted too. Was that Jorge?
No, I just want Vlad to go next.
Yeah!
It seems like the people have spoken, Vlad.
I put in the chat, who has to go next?
Word from the gods.
To go next. Vote for Vlad. Vote for Vlad.
Okay, I can go.
Sounds good, bud.
Ladies and gentlemen, today it's my pleasure to speak about a remarkable entity, the Eden Fractal. Named after the geometric concept that mirrors the fundamental processes of life and the universe, the Eden Fractal community is not merely a group of individuals. It is a living, evolving experiment in fractal democracy and innovative governance. This community, like its namesake, is composed of intricately connected parts forming a larger, complex whole. Each individual, each unique idea, each innovative thought contributes to the shape and direction of the community. The action of each member ripple out, influencing and inspiring others, much like the endless self-replicating patterns of a fractal. The Eden Fractal community represents growth and development. but not in traditional sense. Instead, it embodies a form of organic growth that is fueled by exploration, curiosity, and learning. Each new idea, each experiment in governance is a branch of the fractal, a testament to the power of collective wisdom and shared decision-making. In a world often divided, the Eden Fractal community serves as a beacon of interconnectedness and shared vision. We are all part of the same pattern, contributing to the shape and trajectory of our shared future. Our choices, our voices, they matter. They shape our collective destiny and help create a more equitable, democratic society. To sum up, the Eden Fractal community invites us to envision and contribute to the development of a world that embraces complexity, fosters inclusive growth, and innovates in governance. As we move forward, let us be inspired by this community. Embrace the unpredictability, the creativity, and the immense potential that it symbolizes. Thank you.
Hallelujah!
Did you write that?
Generated.
I love Vlad. So inspiring, man.
Patrick, I love you, but if you don't mind. Vlad, did you write that?
No, ChatGPT.
It was quite eloquent. And it was good. It was very good, very inspiring.
Oh, really? Who wrote that? I'm curious. Who wrote that?
He's a ChatGPT.
Really?
No, we hear you saying something, but your audio is messing up.
I have a question. Vlad, you wrote that?
No.
Did you say ChatGPT wrote?
2 minutes ago, ChatGPT wrote it.
But which version of ChatGPT?
4.
Ah, the evoluted one. Yeah, I was thinking.
Well, Vlad, it was a very eloquent.
Nice.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, take it away, Jorge. Sounds good.
I must be honest. I didn't prepare anything, but I do have some words to say today. The first thing is that we weren't supposed to be here. We as adults, males and females, we have been for decades, all of us here, because all of us here are more than 20 years old. All of us have been bombarded by media and distractions. We were supposed to be distracted by the trivialities of sex and the last song or the last show. So we weren't supposed to be here. We weren't supposed to be here because we are supposed to be concerned about the urgent needs of our financial demands. We were embedded in a artificial scarce system we were put in a cage of artificial scarcity, and we are supposed to be fighting for the dollar among us. We weren't supposed to be here because we were, by this toxic culture, we have been trained to fear and mistrust the other, or fellow human beings. We weren't supposed to be here because we are supposed to be competing among each other. And yet, here we are, building a different world, facing against media the biggest challenge we have, against artificial intelligence, proposing the best and putting the best of our abilities for the greater good. So I think that's a big sign of a reason for us to be proud about us as humans. We are incarnating right now the legacy of millions of humans that lived before us, that have survived so far. And in these exponential times when probably we as humans will go to the outer space and when we will face the highest challenges, here we are, where we weren't supposed to be. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jorge. That was beautiful. Here we are.
Jorge, usted es un hombre de Medellín. Yo te quiero mucho. Y usted es la palabra de la verdad y del God, de mi Dios, de mi Dios. Y yo soy muy alegre de ser aquí con usted, porque usted es una persona muy sincera que dice las cosas que necesitamos de escuchar. Entonces, gracias a Dios que usted está aquí. Basically, I said to Jorge that I love him, that we necessitate people like him, and because he said the truth, and that's come from the heart. That's why he's a Colombian. That's people very sincere, very not hypocrite, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Patrick, and thank you very much, Jorge. Jorge is he shared many inspiring speeches. At some point, it'd be great to go and have clips. One of the things about Lisa, and I'll just be quick because I know many people have to go. We're already pretty late, but Lisa mentioned media collaboration and creating videos together and stuff. And we have so many amazing times throughout this year that we've had. And Jorge's got a lot of speeches that at some point it'd be cool to clip all these. Anyway,
make sure you include the one where he equates me with the mutation of evolution.
Okay. We'll pass on to the video editors. Who wants to go next? We have, I guess, like 5 people. We have Perry, Tadas, Rosmari, Eric, Noam, and Gudasol. Who wants to go next?
Patrick, you want me to go next?
Oh yeah.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. No. Oh yeah, baby. I want to hear Perry.
I don't have anything prepared, but I'll just.
It's okay.
I'll just kind of tell you how I got here. Sometime around the early 90s, I started to figure out that the game is kind of been rigged. And it started with me understanding the banking system because my attention was there, because I have a formal education in economics. And as I took projects, mostly in the financial industry, writing software, I began to recognize some things. And so to make a long story short, when Bitcoin came out and I recognized what its intent was to disrupt the financial system of the world, the current financial grip that is being held by the banking system, I realized that is really the answer. And so that brought my attention to the world of crypto. And similarly, when I saw EOS and what Dan Larimer and Brendan Bloomer were talking about, and I think that attracted many of us to this community, I said, this is the next step. Dan and Brendan are talking about where we need to go and how we need to use blockchain as a tool to bring us to freedom and liberty and really the next evolution in humanity. When Fractally was introduced as a governance tool onto the EOS blockchain, and the book by Dan Larimer, More Equal Animals, was introduced, I said, well, now we've gone even a step further. And that process that we've been going through here, that is the embodiment of it, at least the public one. I don't know what Dan and Fractally is doing privately, but publicly here, this group, these people on this video have been practicing in what, in my mind, the kernel of what has the potential to free so many organizations in the world, including our sovereign governments. It won't start there. It'll start with other forms of organization, including local governments. But what we have here, what we're experimenting with, what we're having fun with, is actually something quite serious in my mind. And it has the potential of changing the world. And that's why I'm here. And that's why you see me fighting in ways that may seem unusual and out of place at times. But in my mind, in my heart, I'm fighting for a lot more than just a Zoom call. Thank you.
Angel Fractal is very happy. Angel Fractal. Thank you, Perry. Thank you. Thank you.
You please, okay. Angel Fractal, Bat Joy. Thank you. Thank you very much, Perry. That was well said, and I appreciate it very much. Very, very much. These are amazing speeches. Wow, this is awesome. All right. Who wants to go next?
Rosmari, 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 pass, Rosmari, pass, go next.
I'm hearing some, the Fractal Angel seems to want Rosmari to go next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Totally,
yes.
Totally.
All right, I just finished.
Do right.
Yes. Okay, so starting.
It's going to be harder for Rosmari to follow somebody who's been thinking about this for decades. So I just want to frame it in the only been a few months, but you've gone so far in a few months. So I really appreciate all the effort that you've made so far, Rosmari.
Thanks, Barry. I appreciate it. So let me start. It's a poem. Okay. Yeah. Eden Fractal is a blossom tree. A tree is life and we make it free. Air is there, but what is air if we don't breathe? The breath, indeed, the first action we live. The show and songs are fun, so let the fun be. But what about music when the ears can't hear? Friends are fractals in some lonely energy fields. The mission we live as this subject is free. Can't teach us to believe, pray, or have fun. Can't say no to express something that we must. Eden Fractal is true as the truest fractal. Do what makes you happy and brings you 100% consensus, even if your mind is nowhere it's supposed to be 100% of the time. Stay focused and keep grinding, because what will happen when the right timing is right. So make sure that you just go where the flow takes you and do what makes you happy with the leverages that speak with your own tongue. Sometimes you don't recognize, but that's just the God's words in your wisdom. So that's it from me. I give you the 20 seconds back for free. Thanks.
Beautiful.
Patrick, do you have any medication that you need to take? Are we missing a medication today?
I am in meditation when I hear Rosmari speaking.
No,
that's
medication.
Meditation, not medication. Meditation. Take a breath, Perry. That could help you maybe to letting flow.
Okay. Well, wonderful poem. Thank you, Rosmari. I'm curious. I'm curious if you wrote that and when you wrote that, and also it seemed like you freestyled a bit at the end there, rapping with the 20 seconds. So that was very cool too. I know you got those rap talents that you're showing off a little bit. Thank you so much.
Tadas.
Adidas. Let's go.
Okay, I don't have anything prepared and I don't feel inspired, so I will just, and I feel tired, so see, I rhymed it. I get bonus points for that.
We'll see how the judges vote, Tadas.
Okay, so
some people express themselves through code.
Bon, let's go, Tadas. Let's go. Don't interrupt, Tadas. Let's go, Tadas. Let's go.
Yes. So, yeah, I just wanted to say that don't be discouraged by any issues we're currently having. We have gone a long way, and we have gone a long way without having any like serious funding from any companies. Like usually new projects, that's how we are built, and we don't have any of that. And nevertheless we are here. And I think personally, I believe we barely scratched the surface of full potential of Eden Fractal. I think we haven't even discovered like what it can do, and I personally have many ideas about what it could do, and I barely shared some of them, and yeah, so I think, yeah, so don't be discouraged by any issues, because like it's a growing process, and it has unlimited potential because it's constantly growing. So yeah, so let's keep going.
Thank you, Firmament. That's that.
Go Eden. Fractal. Go Fractal.
Vlad is applauding. Vlad is applauding.
Vlad is applauding. We're applauding.
Yeah,
Thank you very much. Lots of people who didn't prepare. I think most of us.
Tadas, that's so good.
Making Pat cry. Okay, well, great. Lots of awesome, amazing impromptu speeches. Thank you so much, Das. I agree, of course.
Gudasol!
I saw Gudasol unmuted before. Are you up next, Gudasol?
I can be up next.
Cool. Go ahead then. Take it away.
All right, guys. Thank you all for joining into this experiment that Dan has started, and I'm so grateful to be here with all of you. And I want to bring my speech into this present moment and tell you something you may not know, that you have the most powerful fractal computer within your body that we are aware of. And I'm not talking about your brain. I'm talking about your heart. The ancient Egyptians taught and understood that the heart was what processed information and that the brain was what saw that information. And I believe that this heart that we have is the core of our own fractal equation, and that we exist within a bubble fractal of the energetic sphere of the planet. And as we develop these technologies like Eden Fractal, we have the opportunity to synchronize our own universal technology with the technology that we create. And I've had just the most incredible time with all of you as we explore this concept, as we push forward in different directions, and as we come back to the core understanding that we are human, that we are alive, like Rosmari has reminded us all, that we must breathe this air and that we must live. So I ask you today, where do we extend this fractal? How can we be more in real life? How can we take these things and refine them and make them as pure and simple as a beating heart? And I look forward to having my beating heart with you here at Eden Fractal in future meetings, and in our fork of Eden Fractal, Aquedac, which is starting another season in a few weeks. So we hope to see you all there. You are all invited as well. And go Eden Fractal and go Universal Fractals.
Go Eden Fractal, go Universal Fractals. Thank you so much, Gudasol. Thank you so much for the Aquedac too, and all those inspiring, heartfelt words. Really appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, if anybody wants to jump in with quick comments, then feel free. We still haven't heard from who? We haven't heard from Noam, Eric, and me. And everybody else has gone, right? There's just 3 people left. Is that correct? Or is anybody else not gone yet?
No.
Noam.
No, you're muted right now.
You're hurting yourself with your halo, Patrick.
I think it looks quite cool, actually. It looks awesome.
Dr. Hunter.
But by the way, no, we still can't hear you. You're still muted.
Oh, okay. I had no idea what I was going to say today. I wasn't even sure I was going to say anything, but after hearing all of you, I got a poem stuck in my head. And before I read it, I want to say that this is a poem that's usually read at weddings. And I don't know why, because if you listen to it when I read it, you realize that it's about friendship, and not just about friendship between people, but about that thing that that word love that we hear about so much from other people, which is no wonder that people read it at weddings. But listen to the end and you'll realize that it's not just about weddings. And it goes like this. I love you, not only for what you are, but for what I am when I am with you. I love you not only for what you have made of yourself, but for what you are making of me. I love you for the part of me that you bring out. I love you for putting your hand into my heaped up heart and passing over all the foolish things that you can't help dimly seeing there, and for drawing out into the light all the beautiful things that no one else has looked far enough to find. I love you because you are helping to make of the lumber of my life not a tavern, but a temple, out of the works of my every day, not a reproach, but a song. I love you because you have done more than any creed could have done to make me good, and more than any fate could have done to make me happy. You have done it without a touch, without a word, without a sign. You've done it by being yourself. Perhaps that's what being a friend is all about. And I read this song to several friends, not lovers. I read this song to my children. And not every time I read the song, it's about what has already been. It's about what we want to be. And I think that Eden Fractal is an experiment in progress, and that this is something that we want to be, or at least that I want to be, and that I hope that the rest of you share as well. So I read it for myself. This is what I mean when I say I love you, not just to the people here, to anybody that I feel that way about. And I wanted to share that with you and to hope that we can all live up to what that song or poem says. And that's it.
Rabbi Noam.
Oh, thank you, Noam. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful.
Very beautiful. Very beautiful, Noam. Thank you for sharing that with us, as well as with your, I think you said with your kids and friends and stuff. That's amazing and very loving. Thank you.
Eric, please, Eric. Oh, please, let's go.
I get the sense that Patrick wants Eric to go.
Oh yeah, I want Eric to go. Let's go.
I can do that.
Okay.
Another unprepared speech, but I will ask this question. What's more powerful, an idea, the power of an idea, or the power of sharing? So my journey started because we had a vision to help a group of academics that like turning research into real stuff. And we had this vision of creating a community, a world where people had dignified living with people and relationships that matter. How do you do that? And so for me, this journey started with a share from Dwayne Filippi, who said, there's some people that I think you would like to meet. And sure enough, I met this people. That started my fractal journey and exposed me to a vision, because while we had been building this community, And we had technology, a lot of it down pat for connecting everybody together with dignified living and work and relationships that matter. But what we didn't have was, how do you make those decisions as a group together? And that journey through More Equal Animals started that. And so then I began to share that vision. So what's the impact? When talking about relationships that matter, it exposed me to a lot of relationships that now matter very deeply. And sharing this or helping some other relationships. How about work that matters? I think Dan and I are on the same page in turning this, what we're doing here, into work that matters for us and matters for other people. And so that brings this group of people talking about this community called Innovative Sustainable Living. So this week I actually started talking to them about using Fractal. We've actually done the 3-minute contribution reports in our weekly meetings, and we're talking about even using Fractal governance to give people bonus shares in this company, because we turn research into product, services, and companies. And the last thing is the Art Fractal. I've started meeting with them, and that has a potential to change a whole community to, again, create dignified living and work and relationships that matters. It's done that for me, and I look forward to doing that with others.
Hallelujah.
Thank you so much, Eric. Very, very inspiring speech. And I very much look forward to doing it with you too, and everybody here. Well, I suppose it just leaves me then, right? Everybody else is gone?
The best dog in the galaxy. Let's go.
Okay, cool. Well, we'll go. Let's do it. Well, first I'd just like to say thank you.
Let's go.
Let's do it. Yeah, so I like everyone else, I didn't prepare a speech. I thought of some ideas. But well, I've been busy with just getting everything ready. So I first want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you so much, everybody. I said it before, but really, I mean, can't say it enough or can't express how much I feel it. It's amazing. Amazing doesn't cut it. Like, it's just phenomenal, amazing, tremendous, wonderful, so helpful, so important at what everybody's doing here. And it's so inspiring hearing all these speeches. And so I really, really appreciate all of you and everybody who's joining the Eden Fractal and everybody who's been supporting the community and so forth. Over the past year now, I've been focusing this constantly. Like, this has been my main focus in most times. And I really love this community a lot. Like, I love what we're doing here. I love the people here. I consider everyone here in this room and people who have joined, like, I have best friends who I grew up with and best friends who have my life, but in many ways, you're all who I see the most. So you're all like many of my best friends in ways, as well as colleagues, and doing incredible work. And I've been thinking a lot, like, I think everybody here is heroes, like absolute heroes, like doing God's work, doing really, really helpful work. People mentioned before, but like, this is what we're doing is really important. I see a future where we're helping with these consensus games and these fractal processes empower millions of communities, making a huge change in the world, making things that if we weren't here, then I'd be a lot less hopeful for the world. But I have a lot of hope from this group, and I have a lot of confidence and a lot of fun and amazing time. So much there, so much amazing things that have happened, and I'm so stoked for the future. So thank you, everybody, so much. I did pull up some slides. I know I'm at just about 2 minutes, but maybe I'll just go over, as I sometimes do, go over a little bit. Maybe I'll just go and just briefly share just a quick slides here. One, I showed this before, 1 year anniversary. I don't know what's so funny right there, but I'm giving this out. This is the first AI artwork that I ever made that came out well, and like, this has a big story. Patrick also made a song about it too with the artwork, and so I'm giving this out to everybody who participated in the Eden Fractal for the first year, as well as other NFTs for people who participated in this. This also, shout out to Gudasol too. I made the first NFT. This is the first NFT I ever created, and we actually did a tutorial video yesterday with Gudasol and Rosmari and myself. myself at the Aqueduct, so everybody's going to be getting these. And I also have an Eden song too. I wrote an Eden song 2 years ago. It's just a demo version. It's not a great song, or I think it's an amazing song, but I'm going to release a better recording soon. But first NFT, so just one way that I can express thank you. I've also been working on an article, edenfractal.com/1. You can scroll down and all the way to the bottom at edenfractal.com/videos, of course. And this has been life for the past year, like just all the way back here, first meeting, second meeting, and so forth. Just amazing times. At some point I want to do show notes for all these and share, but like these are so many memories that happened and so many amazing things and so much amazing progress, building public goods, helping each other, doing cool stuff. First meeting, I'm putting together show notes there to curate it. So I just wanted to share an article back in the day for the weekly report about what happened. Anyway, I just wanted to show. Also, shout out to the Fractally team and everybody in the EOS. I was at the first meeting with Dan and everybody from Fractally. Huge thanks to Dan Larimer and the Fractally team and everybody from EOS. I read an article about EOS independence a while ago. A happy EOS anniversary to 5 years. I've been getting quite emotional actually listening to these speeches, so perhaps I'll wrap it up there. But I just want to say thank you, everybody. I really appreciate all the speeches, and I really appreciate everything that that everybody's doing. And I am absolutely thrilled to be here with you now. Thank you so much, everybody, for making this anniversary so much fun and such an amazing experience. And I'm stoked for everything that we'll do together. And it's going to be an awesome year and much more. Thank you, everybody, so much. Really appreciate it.
Dan, thank you so much for everything you've done to move this forward. I mean, it's just the effort that you've put forward is just incredible.
I think we all need to give a big round of applause to Dan Sinjoy, because he started this Fractal and he's been moderating it, and frankly he's been the main force pushing this initiative forward. So really at the count of 3, guys, if you agree, give a big round of applause to Mr. Sinjoy. 1, 2, 3.
Absolutely heroic effort.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Jorge. Thank you very much, Perry. For some reason, the audio wasn't working when you guys clapped. I don't know. So it looked strange because I saw this and I hear sound. Oh, yeah, muted. Yeah.
Dub that in. You could dub it in. A massive applause.
Right. We'll talk with the video editor about that one, maybe, to make it more. But yeah, anyway, thank you so much, Jorge. And back to you, too. You've been doing amazing work with the Spanish Fractal, Spanish-speaking Fractal, I think recently renamed, as well as everybody else who's been starting fractals, Eric with the Art Fractal, Gudasol with the Aqueduct, Patrick for doing the original video as well, and helping to promote it, the 6 updates and all the brainstorming sessions, Lisa for all the, I could go around and around, Rosmari, Tadas, I could say so much more. I don't want to go and do too long of a speech, but everybody here, I really appreciate that recognition and support, Jorge. I appreciate it so much. But then also, I would certainly not have been able to do it without y'all, and y'all have contributed in incredibly helpful ways, and we're all doing it. And yeah, well, I can go on and on about it. But anyway, I'll just say thank you very much, Jorge. I really appreciate it, and I really appreciate everybody. And here we are, Eden Fractal anniversary. Thank you. Thanks to everybody, Perry, Tadas, Rosmari, Eric, Jorge, Noam, Vlad, Lisa, Patrick.
Our developers.
Yes, shout out to developers. Tadas, thank you, Vlad, too. Thank you, Tadas. Thank you, Jorge, a rather newer developer, and Patrick, and well, everybody. And shout out to everybody, really. I can go on and on. I want to give everybody credit. I want to share. I could give a speech about each person here for like 25 minutes or whatever, just about how amazing they are. So I'm holding myself back right now because I don't want to take it over. But
you're 25 minutes on me, Dan. Go.
All right, let's go, Perry. All right. So, all right. Well, does anybody have any last words for the speeches? I suppose I can share the screen again. I think this has been really exciting, but we still haven't done the voting yet. So I'm curious if everybody has voted yet. I can share the screen there. Does anybody have any thoughts before I perhaps share the screen? If you want to share any last thoughts about what we've done so far and these speeches, or should I share this?
I just want to say, I don't know for you, but we are doing beautiful things here. And I am inspired by what stated Tadas here. We have to stay open. We know that the things are not finalized. And what does it mean finalized? It's become something because you want to see the things finalized because of yourself, have some expectation. And we don't know what will happen. I have no crystal ball, by the way. No one has a crystal ball, as I say always. That's why we have just to continue to come here, improve the processes, create a beautiful welcome guide, and inflate the balloon. Continue to be here, have fun, and don't be depressed. That's infinite. You see my background. That's infinite. That's infinite. We are creating just beautiful things here. And I'm very happy to have met Noam this year and Rosmari this year, the newcomers, and Lisa that has joined more than ever here, and Jyon that is not here, and so many people that I miss. I love you all. Also, Perry, I love you a lot. I have to say, more and more. You are becoming a nice sheep. I love it. Oh. And you are becoming very, very docile, very calm. That's very beautiful. Continue like this. And I am so impressed by your progression so far. And yeah, perfect. And Dan, continue like this. Before to have millions of subscribers, just try to find the 101st a part of us, because we are the OGs, and we will say always the truth to you. Everything I do it for you. I will say always the truth, also if it is difficult. So don't be depressed. Join again, because we love this hidden fractal. Because we love this hidden fractal.
Patrick, I love the singing, but I think we should go to the voting because we are kind of late right now. So how about we go to the voting now?
What happens if drugs were introduced to Patrick?
So it'd be a wild time, and we have a whole year to explore that. But for the next anniversary, who knows what will happen the next year? But anyway, I know it's like 1841. So Patrick, I'm sorry to interrupt you. That was a wonderful song. I want to hear more of it.
It's okay.
But we could also give much more speeches. But I do think that we should just make sure while everybody's still here and before we get super fatigued from being in front of the Zoom screen for 17 hours in a row, let's try just doing the votes and see how it goes to kind of complete the game. As I was doing it, I'm like, I have no idea how to rank this right now. So perhaps I'll just share this screen right here. This is the Slido screen where we can rank. This is a really difficult thing to vote for, actually. Who gave the most inspiring speech? I didn't think about it. I just pulled up some. I don't know how I'm going to do it. But if anybody hasn't done this yet, then please do remember to go to voting and go, if you haven't yet picked who you are and it says voting as anonymous, then please go down to the bottom, because otherwise your votes won't count. And that would just be a shame if anybody didn't do that. So just go down to where it says voting as anonymous. It says voting as Dan for me, because I already did it. But if you do that, you don't have to enter like your email or anything, but just enter your name in there so we all know who voted, and now we can go to the Cignal spreadsheet. I don't know if I explained it before, but the idea is that the most amusing speech, that'll just be one person, one vote. So that shows up in Slido, and I can actually show in the presentation mode in Slido right now. Currently, whoever's voted, I don't know how many people have voted. Actually, I can go into the analytics and I can see how many people have voted. So far, there has been 3 out of 17 Slido participants voted in the poll. So it looks like most people have not yet voted in a poll. So please go ahead.
It won't let me send.
It won't let you send. That's probably because you haven't picked 6 yet. So it says over here, for example,
I have to pick 6.
Yeah, it says you have to pick 6 and order them too. So order the top one. It says 1. Jorge, I'm not advocating for anybody. Jorge's speech was obviously amazing, but just as an example, I don't know what to do right now. But you have to make sure it says almost there, 1 to go. So you have to make sure that you pick all 6 and you rank them however you think it should be. So if you think, Lisa gave the most, or you think Jorge gave the most, or whatever, it has to be 6 and it says done. Now you can send your answers. And you have to make sure you done for each of these as well. So if I want to pick Eric and Gudasol, whatever, just an example, that is where you do it. You drag and you drop and you move it around. And then also there's these last 2 ones. These ones aren't part of the game. I mean, you could do it if you want. If you want to just share how you're feeling, if you want to write anything about it, then it will show up. If you want to write a last message here, then feel free. But as far as the game, most inspiring speech and most amusing speech, these are the ones that you vote on for the game. And then the way it works for the rewards, I'm giving out 50 EOS that will be split up amongst the top 6 people who get the most votes here. And then that will be with Fibonacci and stuff. And this is 100 EOS for the most inspiring speech. And the most amusing speech will be with 1 person, 1 vote. And so the Slido shows that right in the app. So for example, right now we can see there's been 5 people who voted up in the top right corner. And right now, Gudasol is in the lead, tied with Noam for the top, and Rosmari is number 3, and I'm 4, 5, 6, and so forth. You can see it here. And actually, if anybody submits their vote now, you can see it update live too. So if somebody were to submit their vote, say just for example, if I were to go and just, I don't know, just randomly put this here and then hit send and like that, then you would see that now this has changed. So now Gudasol, I didn't vote for him apparently, so he went down a bit. So order changed a bit. So everybody can do that. See, there's now 6 votes. So I put that in there. And then, yeah, so basically, and then you can go to the amusing results too. So right now, Patrick is in the lead and Rosmari has number 2 for most amusing speech. The most amusing speech, whoever wins this in Slido will get the rewards for Slido, because we're doing one person, one vote as their consensus algorithm, basically, in the most amusing speech. Whereas the most inspiring speech, what we'll do, and this might take a little while for us to just organize it, but we're going to take the inspiring speech results. And then what I can do is I can go, just for example, maybe I'll just show you how it works here. I go to download, export to Google, and I can poll results per user, and I export that to Sheets. And then I just have to quickly just hit the sign in button, and then it's going to create a new Google Sheet right there. And it's loading, and I hit open here, and actually it opened in a different window. So I'm just going to go in here and just open it up in this window so you can all see it. And then you can see, for example, here's how the votes are. So for example, you saw how I submitted, and you can see I voted for Jorge, Patrick, Eric, and so forth. I might also change this too. I just did that, for example. I'm sure I will change it in some way. And then you can see who Tadas voted for and Jorge and so forth. You can see how it's ranked. There's also some other ways to view it, so we can figure out more later, but that gives us the top 6. And then what we're going to do, I'm going to be working with Rosmari to just manually input these, and then it goes into the Cignal power score. And that once again is calculated by the average rank over the past 12 weeks, multiplied by how many times people in a delegate. You get a 50% multiplier for that. So just to provide a bit more context there, everybody can submit. I see there's been 8 votes now. So that means I think there's still, 12 people, or I don't know how many people on the call because I'm sharing my screen, but there's been 8 people submitted and 9 people here. So that means just about everybody has. There's one person who hasn't yet. Let me know if any of that didn't make sense, or if you have any questions about it. I know it's kind of a lot of new information. I think this could be a pioneering kind of game that we could play, and then like maybe make it into like a kind of product and stuff as after it gets more refined. And especially I've been thinking how to integrate with the blockchain too. There's numerous new tools that are available that can automate all this too. So we can talk more about that in the future. I see also Tadas wrote, thank you, that, or actually no, Tadas wrote, that was fun. Have to go now. See you. Thank you so much, Tadas, for everything. I guess Tadas is gone. Huge shout out to Tadas. Huge shout out also to everybody who wasn't here too. I think somebody mentioned Dwayne. And then, there's 75 people or so who've participated in these Eden Fractal meetings. Average of something like 15 people each week. So huge shout out to everybody who couldn't make it today. I want
to mention Lenny, who's been gone because he's in EOS on Eden. But before he got elected to EOS on Eden, he was very much here. And it's not because he left us, it's because he's doing important stuff for EOS on Eden that we haven't seen him lately.
And also, as a brief update there, I've been meeting off with Lenny and Mo and the Eden on EOS community, and they're very, very interested in planning to integrate Eden Fractal tools to the working groups that they've been organizing. So starting up basically like kind of a tech fractal for Eden on EOS, technical developers and so forth. Everybody can check out the Eden community Telegram chat and find the schedule of events. I joined the tech call and gave a demo of the Eden Fractal tools. And Patrick also shared a lot of helpful information, as well as Vlad last week. So we're working closely with Lenny and Mo and the whole Eden on EOS community to help them out as much as we can, because we're all part of the bigger Eden community and we have a lot of helpful tools, and I'd love to see more collaborations between Eden on EOS. Thank you, Noam, for the shout out for Lenny, and there's also so many other people we could give shout outs for too. So just thank you to everybody who's both here and participated over the past year. Huge thanks. Okay, cool. I still see there's 8 people who voted. Has anybody not voted? Perhaps if you submitted your vote and you're done and you have your final vote submitted, can you please let us know? Just give us a thumbs up. Or Perry has submitted finally. Jorge has submitted a final vote. Noam has submitted final vote. Okay. Eric, Patrick, have you submitted your final vote, or are you still voting? Looks like maybe Patrick's still voting. Also, Lisa, Vlad, and Rosmari and Eric. Let me know when you have you finished it?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's 2 anonymous votes.
Whoever's anonymous, can you please change that? Because that would throw off the game and not work. You could still check in your apps.slido, the Slido link. If you scroll down to the bottom and it says voting as anonymous, then please go and make sure that you get your name there, because otherwise that whole thing I shared you with the Cignals database and the average respect and everything like that, I think that's one of the awesome parts of the game that we can play, where we're gamifying and bringing in who's a delegate and how much respect to give people more vote when they've been contributing more, basically. So
so far, Dan, Tadas, Jorge, Rosmari, Noam, and Eric have voted into anonymous.
okay, can you surmise who the two anonymous people were from what you just said there?
Oh, I suppose I don't see Vlad, Lisa, and Patrick's votes.
Okay.
Strange.
And
Very
Perry.
strange.
And
I have
Perry too.
votes. I have votes.
Did you go? But you made it anonymous, Patrick. So just if you're there, if you could scroll back to your app and go back down to the bottom. There's also, by the way, there's like I got the basic plan of Slido, but like the more advanced plan, I think you make it so people have to sign in the beginning. So maybe I'll upgrade to that later. But if you can go and you can go down to the bottom where it says edit response, and then scroll down to the bottom of that, and then hit where it says voting as Dan, or it says voting as anonymous if you're anonymous there, and then just click the little drop down menu, and then hit edit, and then put your name there. And I suppose you said Vlad and Lisa also hadn't done that too. Is that correct, Rosmari? Or okay?
I just changed.
And Perry too.
Oh,
thank you.
I vote as anonymous. Is okay.
No, I mean that would throw off the game. So please put your name there. You could put
okay.
You could put Pat Nova, Pat Elton John, or whatever. Just anything that we can just show that
vote
to you.
with Pat Novajoy. Pat Novajoy. Voilà. Pat Novajoy.
Okay.
I agree. Yeah, baby. I save. And I
Dan,
send.
can you put the link to the spreadsheet on the Telegram?
Do you see my vote now? Novajoy.
I will check it in a moment. And Noam was just asking for me a link to the, what would you say, the Google spreadsheet you want to link to?
Yeah, the spreadsheet.
Yes, sure. I will share that. I don't know if I have to give it public access or something. I probably do. I'll go do that right now. And then I'll go general access. And with the link, I'll just duplicate this as well so that we won't have any errors, basically, in case anybody accidentally deletes something. I think I have to give, actually, no, I can just give everybody view access.
Now I see Patrick's vote, Vlad's vote too.
Hallelujah.
Lisa.
Okay, cool. And then you said Lisa hasn't done it yet?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Well, Lisa, if you're still here and you can hear us, then, well, first off, Lisa, can you still hear us? And are you still here? I know Lisa messaged me and she had I think some sort of situation that popped up, so she might have had to go. So I'm just posting the Cignal spreadsheet. I'm also going to submit my final votes now. I'll just do it very quickly. I mean,
I don't see Perry's vote.
Perry, were you able to change yourself from anonymous to Perry on the Slido app, Perry?
He did. He wasn't. I don't think he ever voted because the two anonymous are now fixed.
Perry, can you hear us?
I was just doing something else, but I heard my name. What was the issue? I didn't quite catch the issue.
Did you vote?
Using the new system, the new
Slido.
Yeah, the Slido.
I do believe I did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did you make sure that it was under your name and not anonymous?
I put my name and my email address and my company, the whole thing.
Oh.
Okay.
Can you check again, like if you can submit the votes? Maybe
okay. Let's see.
Oh, did you press send at the end?
I do believe I did, and it is now disabled. So that I assume that means I voted. And it's at the bottom, it says voting as Perry.
Okay. So, well, I can also double check the export again. So I'll just perhaps share my screen again just to show you everybody who sees it. So once again, I can just go back here, and now I would have to re-export the results again. So I would go into Sheets, and then I would just create a new file, and it'll just take one moment to load. I hit open over here. It opens in a new tab or a new window. So I'm just going to go and copy and paste that over here. And then you can see.
Are you saying we can do this as well?
No. So, I mean, I can actually invite people as collaborators in Slido. So there's an option where I can go and go.
My question is, when we're seeing it on the screen, that doesn't mean that we can do it too. It's only
No, so yeah, I'm just sharing to show you the behind the scenes. What you can do is you can, of course, change your vote over here, and then also there's also the presentation mode where you can see your votes live too. But then all this stuff like that, I shared the Google spreadsheet for the signals in the general chat. And then I shared it so you can all see it there. I can also share it here so far, results so far, but also I still haven't submitted my final vote yet, so keep that in mind. And I don't know if everybody else did. And then this tool also enables you to invite, this is the presentation mode, so we can see, for example, who shared the most inspiring speech. Currently, I think Rosmari's in the lead, and Gudasol and Vlad and so forth, and Patrick is in the lead for most amusing speech by quite a bit. So Patrick seems like he'll win the award for most amusing speech. I'm also going to give out some NFTs here. And then, this page over here, this is just for the administrator because I have a paid Slido account now, but I can also invite collaborators. So for example, I invited Rosmari as a collaborator, and then in the future, other people could use this page as well. But for now, it's just me and Rosmari who can access this page, and everybody else can access, I can show this page and everybody can access the poll page. And then I shared the links to this spreadsheet and this spreadsheet that was just exported in the chat. Does that answer your question, Noam?
I think the link you sent is an edit link, and you probably only gave you permission.
The first link, do you mean both links? Because the second link, I actually just remember I didn't actually remember to properly do that. So I will fix the second link now, and then you should be able to.
View link if you only gave you permission.
Both the links now should work. Patrick?
I say goodbye to Jorge.
Oh, Jorge's got to go, he said, I guess. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Jorge, for all the speech and all the work.
Where are they in Fractal again?
Thank you, Jorge.
Go eat in Fractal. Thank you, Jorge. Go, Jorge. Go Fractal de España.
Hallelujah.
Okay, well, I've been meaning to just submit my final votes. I'll just pick something really quick, even though it's impossible because everybody gave amazing speeches. So,
I still don't see your vote.
What's that?
I still don't see Perry's vote.
Still don't see Perry's vote.
He is always doing something incredible.
Hey Perry, do you think that you could just try? Oh yeah, also I could check here actually in that thing I just shared, and anybody can see that now where you can see who voted. So let's see. Does it say Perry here? It doesn't show Perry. Perry, maybe there's a technical issue. Would you mind perhaps?
Perry has not voted.
Well, I think Perry tried, but Perry, would you mind maybe just opening up the Slido link, but opening up in maybe a different browser and trying it again from the start?
Okay.
Thanks. Okay, and goodbye, Vlad, too. I said he said goodbye. And yeah, we've been going for quite a while, so we'll wrap it up. I'm just submitting my final vote, and then maybe we'll get some music and put some hats on and wrap up the anniversary celebrations. Let's see.
Because tonight, oh, we will make it right. Tonight, oh.
Well,
So
there
that's
is something I wanted to mention about the Slido interface.
Yep. Okay.
This is something I know from being a judge in the robotics competition.
You are a judge?
Yeah.
Oh. Congrats!
If you look at this, that's.
I see nothing now. That is
the shirt.
First judge. Oh my God! Oh no.
This is in a robotics competition, and one of the things they tell us every time.
We are not robots here, so it's okay.
No, this isn't it's a robotics competition.
Robotics.
When you go to the competition, you see thousands of kids all building robots.
Yeah, you were showing us one time. Yeah,
and
totally.
One of my favorite posters there is it shows a little girl looking at a robot, and it says,
"He's trying voting."
We don't use kids to build robots; we use robots to build kids. Because
Perry is not feeling good, I think.
I think his image froze. But anyway, the thing I wanted to say that's relevant here is when you
Rosmari, what
have
have you
something
made?
like Slido that lets you rank people, rank it right when you hear the speech or the music or whatever it is, because when you have 12 people to choose from, by the time you're done, you don't remember anymore.
Yeah,
Yes,
sure.
I
You're right.
agree.
But
You're right.
when you're trying to put the last person in the list,
Yeah.
then you look and you say, yeah, that one was better. It's much easier to do a good job of ranking if you do it every time just after you hear a speech. You rank it, you add it into the ranking.
But it's a matter of organization. I think this tool is very cool, and it could be used live.
Yes.
I did use it like that, and because I could use it like that, I thought it was worth mentioning so all of you could use it like that as well. Because it works much better with human brains.
Yeah, but shout out for this tool. It's a great tool, and it could be used for many other use cases.
Yes.
Many other use cases. Very cool tool, by the way.
To use it right, you need to, every time you hear somebody, put him right there in the rank, higher than this one, lower than that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hopefully we are OGs and we know every one of us, so that's okay. But yeah.
Yeah, so certainly thank you for the feedback. No, there's lots of improvements we can make. This was just the first time playing this game, and also it's kind of rushed a little bit too, getting it all together last minute. But I totally agree. Slido is a very powerful tool for anybody who doesn't know.
Can you put the link to this tool into the chat?
Yeah, sure, slido.com. This tool, just for a bit of context, this tool has been in building with over 200 people or so employees for a long time. They've been building for 10 years. They were recently purchased by Cisco 2 years ago, and it's a profitable business. They have, as far as I know, like by far the largest polling for live events application. So it's really helpful. It's really deep. I've been watching a lot of videos and learning a lot about it. I'll also share a screen too. I think I shared this before, but this is the homepage for Slido. And yeah, I think also the fact that you can export in CSV too. This can be hooked up to the blockchain. Also? Yeah, you can export in CSV. So you can hook it up to the blockchain, convert that to JSON, and then enter that with the substream technology to have it on the blockchain. So it can be like a front end basically for Consortium or Firmament or anything like that. It's really powerful. And yeah, I agree with what you're saying, Noam. I was trying to suggest that everybody vote during while we were doing it, but also it's also difficult to do it. There's also different polls you can make too. So for example, if I wanted to make a live poll, and then if I wanted to do it where you do like a rating, for example, this poll is a ratings poll where you can see when you edit it, it's like give it a 1 through 10 or 1 through 5 or something like that. So that's another option too, where we can do live ratings. This is shout out to Gudasol, by the way. This is one of the NFTs we're giving away. It's a really cool GIF.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, basically you could do live ratings, so people just have their scores ranked. In this case, I just figured the easiest way to do it was this ranking. But I think overall it's been a pretty huge success just from the speeches it came, and we'll have to, obviously it's just the first version. It's just the first early demo version. And this Google spreadsheet too still has a long way to come. And I suppose because we've been here for a while, what we'll do is the most inspiring speech. I don't know if Perry, have you been able to get your votes submitted yet, Perry, or no?
Yeah, I just submitted it, and my feedback is that the second time I did it, which I did from an incognito browser, it asked me for a confirmation code via email. The first time I didn't notice that.
I think maybe what might have been messing you up is you entered your email. I've never entered my email. I never tested that. I just put my name Dan, and I never had that. So perhaps it was like, starting an account for you because you put your email in there. I imagine maybe other people didn't put their email.
I put just my name.
Yeah.
And Perry put all the detail. And that's why now I understood.
So it still says there's just 8 voters. So I don't know what that is, but were you able to confirm that, Perry, and get your votes submitted? I could try some exporting it now and see if...
Yeah, it looked like it accepted it.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, let me try exporting this once again to Google and see if we have the results. And this could be, I think we have the final results in. And of course we have been. Thanks everybody for being here for so long. This is on 4.5 hours, so pretty epic time, but I do want to respect everybody's time because we've been in front of Zoom for a long time. So thanks. Also, what?
I was not joining the strategy workshop.
You're still not seeing Perry.
Yeah, we still don't see Perry here. That's strange. Perry, maybe you want to try, will you just enter your name and not your email in a different browser perhaps? Or
Okay.
Sorry for the confusion. I did test it, but I never tested out the email. I didn't think about
Every
that.
vote is going to be completely different because I'm not really paying that
Or
much.
alternatively, if you want, you can direct message them to me.
Yeah,
How's that?
or you
Or
can post
take
it in
a
the Telegram
picture.
chat too.
If you want, take a picture of what you're seeing, like the vote, your votes, and
Yeah.
I can do it.
I can
At least
do
I
that.
can put it in the sheet.
Okay, I'll do that right now. That's a great idea.
All right.
Okay, sounds great. And yeah, also, so the most amusing speech. I don't know if Perry's answers will change that, but that's just one person, one vote. So as of right now, this is the ranking for most amusing speech, and I'll send this out as I said before. 50 EOS according to the Fibonacci algorithm, assuming Perry's vote doesn't change, then Patrick will get that, and I think that'll be about 20 EOS for Patrick because it's just 6 people splitting up the 50 EOS, and Patrick got level 6, it seems like. Rosmari got level 5, so Rosmari got like 12 or something like that, and then also NFTs for these winnings as well, and then plus the inspiring speech. I suppose this one we won't have. Maybe we'll just follow up in the group. I don't know if Rosmari, you've been manually like doing the Google spreadsheet.
Yes, but Dan, did you submit your votes for real?
Yeah, I submitted my final vote. So those are all in now, and I think the only person who didn't get their vote in successfully was Perry, unless I just see Perry voted in the live chat. Or maybe I can just do it, or Rosmari or somebody. If we could just say that we're Perry in the in here, we could start up a new browser, and then we could submit it directly into Slido. That might be the best way to do it. Is that what you said before, Rosmari, or do you have a different idea?
I can directly into the sheet. I can transfer his votes.
Okay.
Into the Cignals sheet.
Well, I think what's best actually is just to do it. I'll just do it from a different browser, and I'll just say that I'm Perry.
Oh, okay.
But because then we'll get it imported into this active poll too, because otherwise it wouldn't change the most inspiring speech. So,
right.
Perry, I'm going to just look at your screenshot, and then you can confirm too. This is where I get the trick, so I put all the votes for myself, I guess. No, I'm just joking. Perry, that is a little bit difficult to see though. You took it's quite a blurry screenshot. Could you maybe just take screenshots of one at a time, maybe, so we can see it? And then, yeah, I'll go over. I'm actually not able to. Oh, maybe I'll just do it so everybody can see. Actually, no, maybe I'll just keep the screen up here so that everybody can see the live vote as it changes once I enter it as Perry. Right now, I'll change it and I'll get it ready. Ta da da ta ta da da ta ta.
Some music.
You gotta play my video.
Yeah, right. Well, first I'll just take care of this. Okay, I see that now. Thank you. Okay. Jorge, Dan, Rosmari. I feel like most people probably rank Patrick as number 1 for most amazing, for most amusing speech, and I think Rosmari is pretty high up there in most amusing speech too. Okay, cool. I just submitted that, and then I don't know if you wanted to add anything else for the how are you feeling or what do you think of me? Okay, there we go. Okay, Perry gave a smiley face, a big smile, and then the other one, he feels with the big smiley face, and that's what he thinks too. Simple man. Okay, cool. So I'm doing that now. I suppose just for sake of transparency, I'm going to pick a slightly different smiley face just because it came up sooner. I'll stop this screen share and just show the screen share that I am doing Perry, just so you all see that I'm not changing the rules or anything. So here was Perry's results that you can confirm with his screenshots there. Perry, if you want to give a thumbs up, that's what you did, right? Cool. Thumbs up. Cool. There we go.
You can see what I posted.
There we go. Okay, cool.
I'm starting with the calculations.
Okay,
now for the
sounds great. So there's Perry's, and I went down and I said that I was Perry. So I Sybil attacked with Perry, and we planned this out. And now you can see here the live votes of this. So now, who shared the most inspiring speech? It looks like Rosemary's top. Well, let's go back actually to this other window where I have the presentation mode for Slido, and then I will share here. So these are the final results, I believe. Nobody else had anything else here. So inspiring speech by amount of persons, one person, one vote. Rosemary is number 1, Noam is number 2, Jorge, Gudasol, Dan, and Vlad. But this won't be how the results are distributed because this is with the Cignals algorithm. So Rosemary is figuring out the results with the Cignals algorithm. But what we do have now as final results is most amusing speech. We have Patrick at number 1, Rosemary at number 2, me at number 3, Noam at level 4, or rather number 4, Jorge in 5th, and Tadas at 6th. So congratulations to the winner. Thank you for the winners, rather. Thank you for the very amusing speeches and the inspiring speeches.
So are these the final results, or will the final results be calculated by respect?
These are the final results of the most amusing speech. So the most amusing speech is one person, one vote. That is the voting algorithm. And so these Slido shows one person, one vote. So these are the final results of it. So congratulations to the amusing speakers that we have here. Big congrats, Rosemarie. And I don't know if Patrick's still here. I can't see it. Maybe he had to go. And then
the inspiring speech is also one person, one vote, or is that one by respect?
No, well, I mean, Slido always shows one person, one vote. So right now, this is what it is according to one person, one vote. But this is just what Slido shows. How we're actually calculating this in terms of how I'm giving out the 100 EOS prize is with the Cignal Power algorithm. And that Cignal Power algorithm right now, Rosemary's working to just calculate and do some calculations and figure out she's manually importing all people's rankings over here. And then that goes into a spreadsheet algorithm calculation there that is basically figuring that out. But it's basically with the Cignal Power, which is average rank over the past 12 weeks. And then you get a 50% multiplier for each time you've been a delegate. So that's the way it works. So for example, my average rank over the past 12 weeks was 4.67, and I've been a delegate 3 times. So that gets a 150% multiplier, so my Cignal Power is 11.67, and you can see everyone else, Eric has the second most, and Patrick, and so forth. So that is the multiplier that's being added to the Slido one person, one vote for the inspiring speech. Does that make sense and answer your question, Noam?
Yeah.
Cool. And then also, I don't know, Rosemary, if you exported the most current results that we have for
Yes.
after all the votes. Okay, cool.
Yes.
You exported that, and that's the data you're using.
Yes, of course.
Okay, cool. Sounds good. So yeah, Rosemary hit export. You went to polls per user, I think, and then just like I showed you before.
If you want, I can share my screen if it's
Okay, if you want to, or I can pull it up because I also have it up here too. But if you want me to stop sharing screen, if you want to take over and share screen, then Rosemary, feel free.
okay.
And okay, so I'll stop sharing screen. And once again, there are tools built with EOS. The EOS Canada, former EOS Canada team is now one of the lead developers of the graph. And they're building a new technology called Substreams with EOS Nation. And they have it so we can basically automate this entire thing on chain. So this is just a first early demo version. But in the coming weeks, probably in the coming months, we can work to actually get it where it's all on chain, all automatic, and very simple and very very flowing well for everybody to use.
What is the name of that service that you referred to?
The service I referred to, it's called Substreams. They have 2 products called Substreams and Firehose. If you look at Streaming Fast and Pinax, actually I can share a Notion page with you that has more details about these. I've been doing a lot of research over these over the past weeks. So I'll share that. It's got some great videos from the Pinax team, who's from the EOS Nation team. It's the people who formerly developed Defuse, which is the leading API and history solution on EOS. Now they're using the Graph, which is a much larger ecosystem for basically calling APIs to the blockchain, or I don't know if I phrased that right, but making blockchain data accessible and voting there. So I'll share the Notion page with you if you're interested in it, and then there's a lot of introductory resources and stuff like that. But basically, it's called Substreams and Firehose are 2 services from the Streaming Fast team, along with Pinax, that will enable this to be automated with the blockchain, in addition to a couple other little things like a JSON to like a CSV to JSON converter and stuff. I still have to exactly figure out how to do it, but I have a good idea.
You actually have to copy the numbers one by one for everyone that voted?
Yeah, so currently that's what Rosemary's doing right now. When we tried before, like we literally just finished the spreadsheet.
With a pivot table in Excel or in spreadsheets, a pivot table should do it for you.
I'm not familiar with that. Rosemary, do you know this divvy table thing?
What table?
A pivot table.
Yeah,
spreadsheets
pivot table.
have something called a pivot table.
Yes.
That should do the calculation for you.
They do, but this is what we came up with at the moment. I am aware of the pivot table, but for next time we'll have more time to use those like quicker methods. Sure. I am aware. I was using that a lot, the pivot tables, in my previous job.
Yeah, this was all literally like this morning. I didn't get much sleep last night, or I got like 6 hours, so it wasn't that bad. But I've been working on this constantly, and Rosemary and I were just on a call for a couple hours beforehand, and we just got this page together. So it's still not really done. It's a very early prototype of the demo, and it's got this one manual process. So it's not perfect for sure. But huge shout out and thanks to Rosemary as well. She did amazing work today and over the past week with creating that page. Much of that page that we share, the Notion page, Rosemary wrote that and shared so many great ideas, and also did great work on the spreadsheet. So thank you very much, Rosemary, as well as thanks everybody for all the ideas that led to this as well over the past couple weeks and past year.
Fantastic.
So, yes, I don't know. I mean, we've been on for over 4 hours, almost 5 hours now. Is that almost 5 hours? No, it's almost 4 hours. It's not that long. I think I've been exaggerating. Almost 4 hours, so it's not that long. But yeah, I mean, if we want, we can wrap it up and we can figure the signal power afterwards. I don't know how long it'll take you, Rosemary, to finish this up, or we could have it all recording. And we could just chill out and listen to music and have a good time while we're here. Or does anybody have any thoughts? Should we wrap it up and figure this out later, or should we keep going? And I'm also curious, Rosemary, if you have any idea how long you think it might take.
I think you should play my video while Rosemary.
But yeah, you can play. You can play.
Okay, yeah, I can play Perry's video. That would be cool.
I'm leaving. I'm leaving right after that video.
Okay.
See you guys next week, next meeting.
Well, yeah, thanks, Perry, for the. I'll play it now and give you proper send off then, and and.
Because I just want to live my life, guys. I just want to live my life.
That's it. That's all. That's Perry. Cool. So yeah, thanks everybody so much for today and everything. Really appreciate it. I hope everybody enjoyed the anniversary too. I enjoyed it a lot. I've had a fun time.
Oh God, no! It's got to be video though.
You heard it, yeah. I'll show the video now. This is Kim.com. Live my life. Okay, I'll play it now.
Kim.com.
Okay, you should be able to see it now. Can you still see it now?
I do.
Okay, cool.
A miniaturized.
Is it a good volume? What'd you say?
Oh, it's fine. It's like a small screen.
Oh, it's a small screen? Okay, I'll change it here. It's probably better, right?
There you go.
Don't like a suit and a tie. Don't want to work till I die. Don't want a 9 to 5. I just want to live my life. Say, I just want to live my life, my life. Say, I just want to live my life, my life. Say, I just want to live my life, my life. Say, I just want to live my life, my life. Don't want to go to war. Know what happened before. Don't trust politics. Don't like dirty tricks. Don't want to play their game. Don't fit inside their frame. Don't want to hear their lies. I just want to live my life. just wanna have fun on the beach, in the sun. I just wanna feel good all the time.
Costa Rica!
I wanna be a
Costa
star,
Rica,
like on
Florida.
I wanna be like Superman, save the world again and again. Say, I just wanna live my life, my life. Say, I just wanna live my life, my life. Say, I just wanna live my life, my life, my life, my life, my life, my life, my life. I just wanna create, develop something great. Just cause I'm an innovator, you don't have to be a hater. I just wanna kick ass and leave behind the past. Let your brain be fertilized. I just want to live my life. Can't be contained, won't be restrained. Don't wanna be criticized, cause my life's unauthorized. Just wanna drive fast, leave behind the past. I create my paradise where all the nonsense is on ice. 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 Say, I just wanna live my life, my life. Say, I just wanna live my life, my life. Say, I just wanna live my life, my life, my life, my life, my life, my life, my life.
Woohoo!
All right.
Great. Thanks, Dan. Thanks, guys.
Perry living his life. Thank you, Perry, very much.
All of that is happening in Costa Rica. It's all happening.
There we go.
The fun, the nightclubs, it's all good times.
All right.
All right. See you guys next week.
Sounds great. Hopefully we can go live our life and party down there sometime, Perry. And yeah, thanks so much for everything. Hope you have a great day. Thanks.
Yeah.
And with that, I think it's probably good to wrap it up. But Rosmari, have you been able to finish those or give us any progress report? I also just realized too, I have to go to the fireside chat. I have a scheduled spot, and the fireside chat actually just started 20 minutes ago, so I have to get going pretty soon to go to that. And I suppose we should also make the video relatively short. But Rosmari, how's your progress going with that? Thank you, by the way. Can you hear me?
I think yes. I think I'm almost there. I have to input, I think two more users results, but I can show you how it's looking.
If you wanted to build a pivot table, you'd have to first make a 2-column table that has just a name and points. And feed it from the first one, and then you can pivot on it in 2 seconds.
Yeah,
you just need to make subsheets.
I mean, I'm almost there. Like I'll probably be ready in 3 minutes.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's a good one for next time, perhaps.
Yeah.
And then for now, we can just see Rosmari. Maybe I'll share the screen to show Rosmari's progress as she does it. Coming to the momentous first use of Cignals game. I'll figure out where I had my screen over here too. Share the screen. Cignal spreadsheet. Okay, cool. So yeah, these are the 4 different tabs over here, or 5 different tabs for the welcome.
I would say create 2 additional tabs. One tab that will just have 2 columns, which is a person voted for and points from just one person. We have a very long a lot of rows. So you have the number of voters times 6 rows, and then you can just pivot on that and get the results in a few seconds. And I'm suggesting that for the next time you run this, pretty much.
Okay, sounds good. Well, thank you, Noam. I appreciate that a lot. I didn't know a lot of this stuff. My Excel knowledge is more basic, so appreciate you and Rosmari being pros here, knowing this stuff. Maybe I'll zoom out so you can see more of the screen.
The main thing I'm adding is that it's a two-step process, because if you try to do a pivot table directly on the way it's organized right now, it won't necessarily work.
Okay.
But if you do a two-step process, then it becomes simple.
Well, I think I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah. Of course, I've not like gone back to double check everything, but I think that's pretty. Like we can probably say that, you know, we can announce the results now, but
I don't see
gonna go
Patrick.
down.
I don't see Patrick or me anywhere on this list.
Patrick's right there. He has 481. So it looks like one person voted for that. I think you'd only see you on this, and you have it over here too, Noam. So you'd only see it here depending on how many people voted for you. So there were 2 people who voted for you there, Noam, in the top 6, and this is for the most inspiring. For the most amusing, that's a different thing.
Wait.
Slido.
I've not completed Noam's.
Okay, you haven't completed Noam's.
Yes.
So.
Okay.
I've not yet. So almost ready.
Okay. It looks like though Jorge.
Almost.
It looks like Jorge won, and wow, I had a lot of power. I had 642. I also was just inspired by Jorge's speeches overall for years. Or years, the year I suppose.
Ready. I'm not ready.
Okay. Oh, you're not ready? Did you mess up something up or something?
I didn't mess it up, but I missed Gudasol and Noam. And yeah, so I need to just count their votes, the votes for Gudasol and Noam.
Okay. If you want, I mean, we're here already.
Yeah. What?
So if you want, so we're here already recording, so we're close. So if you'll think it'll just take a couple more minutes, then I suppose feel free to go ahead so we can conclude it with some sort of decision.
Sorry for the false alarm.
No problem at all. Thank you so much, Rosmari, for doing this. It's incredibly helpful that you're doing this. I really appreciate it.
Next song.
Yeah, maybe I'll change up it because I had the same 3 songs playing the whole time there. So just because I didn't want to have some random songs that people didn't like, I can go back to the Indian music again.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
This one's kind of weird. Maybe we should get like a happy song to end it. Maybe this one. I had a feeling. This one's funky. It's a dance song. So now we're gonna see Noam start dancing. I know Noam's a dancer.
It's nice.
You like this one? Cool.
Ooh. Okay. How can I miss Noam and Gudasol? They have like one of the most votes, to be honest.
Okay.
I think.
And it's been a crazy time. I'm looking forward to sleeping tonight.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, it's late for you too.
Oh my, it's like 10:30.
Yeah.
I need to have dinner. At this point, I don't know what I'm looking at. Okay, I do. Alright, I found. Okay. Cool. I did Gudasol once, and now I'm doing Noam.
Okay. Looks like Gudasol snuck in there with maybe he's number 2 right now, I think.
I'm telling you. Okay. So, yeah, he literally just snuck in. To the back door. Okay. I think this. I think Noam is catching up.
Noam is catching up. There we go.
Yes.
Noam on the run. He's rallying. This is interesting. I mean, it's working quite well. It's rather slow right now and rather manual, but like it's pretty awesome. And this is the first. It's also cool that we're getting it documented too. I think the Cignal's gonna be big. I think this is gonna be a really helpful app for many people, like for our community, for many others. It's really cool. It's really fun. You can make all sorts of different ways to vote and stuff, and reward it and stuff. And well, I can explain it better after I haven't been on a call for 5 hours. But it's an excellent app, and so we have like this kind of historic first manual process, kind of like how we look back at people who were doing computers with like papers and stuff, and then here we are 70 years later with better computers.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna check if I missed.
Something is strange about this.
To be honest, we've not received like everyone's vote because, for example, we've not received Lisa's vote, not received.
Yeah, but the main thing is I see that Perry, Vlad, and me all got the same number of rows in your spreadsheet. And I don't remember us being tied in the Slido. So that makes me wonder what's going on.
In the Slido? Well, the Slido doesn't consider the signal power. That's the whole thing. That's why I'm doing this.
Yeah, but I was just counting how many rows there are.
Which rows?
See, if you look at Perry, Vlad, and me, each one of us got 6 votes based on your spreadsheet. You got 7.
Okay.
Just by looking how many numbers are in the column.
Yeah, 6 votes.
Yeah, and the Slido didn't show 6 for every one of us, so that makes me wonder what's going on.
Does Slido show the
Can you switch to Slido and see if each one of us had 6?
Well, you can see in here, like these are taken from there, from the results in. I can show my Google spreadsheet too, but the vote tracker is generally where I'm taking these. So for example, I can count who voted for. Dan, can you scroll the way up, please? Yeah. So, for example, you said 6 votes have Perry, Vlad, and you, right? So for Perry, he received 1 vote from Dan. And then
1 on the 4th row.
Yeah, 1 vote from Rosmari, 1 vote from Jorge,
row.
1 vote from Tadas, 1 vote.
One
vote
for me too, but I think Perry had
Vlad
5
and 1 vote
votes.
from Noam. So this is Perry's. I can read again.
That
Vlad.
adds up to 5, I think.
No, that's 6.
Oh, I'm sorry. Something is hiding part of my. Okay, so Perry had 6. Can we see it in Slido for a minute?
inspiring speech.
Yeah.
If you want, I can also. I think this is the most recently exported one. I'm not totally sure. Actually, no, it probably isn't because that one's old. This one might be more recent.
The one you just showed in Slido, I want to see if they actually look all tied. That's strange. They do look pretty much this.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like Rosmari said,
Slido usually when people are tied, it gives them all the same number.
yeah, I suppose so. But then we can go back and I can just re-export this one. Oops.
I'm
okay,
exporting it too.
Okay. Yeah, I can go export.
To show my screen too, if you want.
All right, if you want to show it, then feel free, and I'll stop. Okay.
All right.
Cool. And here we are.
I guess the Slido wasn't updated because it showed Perry is getting a lot less than he actually did in Rosmari's spreadsheet. So it looks like Rosmari is doing it right and something is wrong with Slido.
These are the original results that I transferred. So these are the users named who voted, and this is who shared the most inspiring speech. Poll. And these are the results. It goes from left to right, being the best one.
I think you did it right, Rosmari, which makes me wonder.
You kind of cut there.
Yep, didn't hear either. No. All right. Well, Rosmari, what do you think? Is it good enough to just call as a?
Slido is showing.
Oh.
We didn't hear it.
Yeah, Noam, your internet's messing up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
So I think we can trust Rosmari's results, which makes me wonder what.
Nope, you're breaking up again
with
there.
the Slido.
Okay,
again.
Well, yeah, how about we wrap it up then? And then, well, Rosmari, do you think that this is, obviously we can do another double check, but for now, you think that it's done?
Yeah, for now, I think it's pretty much done. Like, I checked everything, and these are I just exported these results. So the way I did it was, for example, Dan, his first choice, for example, was Jorge, then Patrick, Eric, etc. You can see here, Dan, his first choice, Jorge.
Okay. Looks good. Well, yeah, how about we wrap it up then? And Rosmari, would you like to do us the honors of announcing the winners?
Oh, sorry, I got my other sheet because I have literally three different polls. So I'm just gonna which one is the latest one now? Because I didn't close the previous ones. 1 second.
Well, we don't have to show this anyway. We can just show the just a spreadsheet, right?
I know, but still.
Okay.
Now I forgot which one was the latest one that I exported.
And, well, Perry voted here, so.
Let me just reopen it again.
Okay.
Right. So. Right. Yes. Sorry, I just now was showing like the previous, not the most update.
Okay.
Sheet. This is the one that I just exported.
Okay.
So, for example, Dan, Jorge, Noam, Eric, etc. Yeah, you can see Dan, Jorge, Noam, Eric, and so on. This is how I just transferred the results, and this is the latest one.
Okay, cool.
To just clarify, that's where I got the results from, and then I know that you're late for your next meeting, and it's pretty late, but in general, who's got the most votes?
It looks like Jorge, or is it you?
No, Jorge.
It was Jorge.
And then Gudasol.
Okay.
And then it was me. And then I think Noam. And then I think we can see who was next. I think Dan was next. And then Vlad. And then Tadas.
Okay. Well, I just top 6 rewards.
After Vlad, there's Patrick, and then Tadas, and then Perry,
Okay, so top 6 is all that counts as far as rewards. So top
right.
6 are it is Jorge, Gudasol, Rosmari, Noam, me, and then one other person, which is Vlad. Is that correct?
Yeah, Vlad would be next.
I think so. Yes.
Okay.
You know that you can do a sort,
Yes.
Rosmari, based on the total column.
All right, cool.
I couldn't find it in here.
It wouldn't be in there. It would be, you have to select the whole, select the table, the whole table.
The whole.
And then you do, just a minute. I don't think it's there.
I know, A to Z. Right?
Up on the top, yeah, the A to Z.
Yeah. I looked for it, but I couldn't find it earlier.
You have to do it by
my 2 hands. I'm gonna
the
use my
row,
hands.
not on the columns.
All right. Well, I think it's good enough for now. You can also hit the help button, by the way, to find it. That's how I do it often. If you want to maybe stop the screen share, Rosemary, then we can
The other way you can find
wrap
the
it up.
sort, Rosmari, the other way you can find the sort is just in the menu. You see data. Just click on the data on the menu, and that's where you can always find the sorts.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
You just need to select the whole table. If you select just the row,
Okay.
it'll sort the row without sorting the rest of them.
Well, I've also got to open too. I know how to do it, so maybe I'll just do it.
I'm just gonna do that.
But then again, that might change like the adding function, so I don't know. Oh, I guess that works. Sort sheet.
Not by column. You want it by row.
Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. This definitely didn't work. Okay, I'm gonna figure it out after.
Okay, figure out after.
But
Sounds
yes,
good.
the
If you
bigger.
can't find the sort by row,
Okay, I'm
then
gonna
next
try.
time next time flip the table.
All right.
Yeah, I think we could.
The people on the rows and the.
I just have to make it
numbers
a
on the
table.
columns.
I think the way to do that is.
Or you can transpose the table.
Pivot table. That's the way. I'm gonna pivot it and then sort it. That's how it's done.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. But the
Cool.
biggest winner is Jorge.
Congratulations to Jorge, and congratulations to Gudasol and Rosmari and Noam and me and Vlad and everybody who participated. Amazing time. This song has some relevance too. We're going back to shout out to Christmas time.
And
So I
Noam.
opened it up.
And Noam.
And Noam, shout out to Noam, of course. Thanks, Noam, for hanging out as well, and thanks, Rosmari.
Last man standing.
Yes, absolutely. Do you want to stop the screen share now, and maybe
Oh, I
wrap it
forgot.
up?
Sorry. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Everybody ready to wrap it up? Any last thoughts?
Yes, I am ready to.
Okay, cool. Would you like to put something on your head, Rosmari? It
Okay.
could be anything. You don't have to get a hat if you want to just
This
get
is the
that
only
black thing
thing.
behind you. Or if you want to get a hat, then you can go get it.
Did you say it? I don't have to get a cut.
You don't have to, but if you want to, you can. Or you can put that black thing on your head from behind you, whatever you want to do.
Black thing.
I don't know. It looks like you have like a towel there or something, or a blanket. I don't know. You don't need to do it. Though. I'm just joking. Shall we just wrap it up with a go happy anniversary?
Let's just wrap it up like that.
Go Eden Fractal.
Go Eden Fractal. Go Rosmari for the
Fractal.
for the amazing work on the spreadsheet. Thank you so much, and thank you so much, Noam and Lisa and everybody. Go Eden Fractal. Speeches time. No, just joking. Thanks everybody. See you later.
Bye bye. Bye.
See you. Bye.